All right, welcome to Wildcat Live's presentation of the Big 12 Boys Conference Swim Meet. My name is Tim Franz. I will be one of your announcers today. Alongside me is Mr. Eric Arndt, who really needs no introduction because he's been doing this like a lot lately.
How you doing, Tim?
Good. I don't hear you at all.
All right. Well,
Um,
that's why we get on
Yep.
on before the kids start.
there we go. Bump you up a little bit.
Let's try that again.
There
Tim.
you
Can
go.
all right.
That sounds good.
Well, welcome. Thanks for having me along, and looking forward to a fun conference meet today.
Agreed. We are, as you will see here in a moment, at a little different angle today. So you can see we are actually on the far wall. The blocks are in front of us. There's a lot of light there, so it's probably a little difficult to see who is where, but that's where we come into play. We're going to tell you.
That'd be awesome. Give them a good picture, a good description of what's going on.
Lane 1 is the lane closest to us. For those of you who are joining us, we'll probably announce that kind of throughout. They are running 8 lanes, so I realize that there are some lanes that are going to be cut off when they come towards the wall. It's the best camera angle that we could come up with. The board is kind of on the top of your screen and is a little bit cut off and might not be real visible because it is far away. But again, that's what we're here for, to tell you what some of the times are. And then we also will have the results of the varsity down at the bottom in terms of who are the top 3 people for each event. Speaking of that, Peter Wald won the diving competition. He's from Urbana, score of 372. So congratulations to Peter for winning the diving portion of the meet in the varsity division. Michael Demock from Champaign Central was second with 361.15, and then Dylan Pearson from Champaign Central, 227.75. That puts the team lead into the Champaign Central Maroons. So they have the lead right now. They have 25 team points. That came from the diving portion. They had 2 divers. And Urbana is now in second with 16 points. 25 points can be a pretty big start.
Yep, that's great for Champaign Central. They come in finishing second the last 3 years at this meet, at the Big 12 conference meet. So that 25-point advantage that they're going to start with could go a long way towards the team standings today.
And let's just quickly talk about who has won the last 3 years.
For sure. So Normal West comes back in as defending champions. I mentioned Champaign Central finished second last year, and Normal Community finished third. Those 3 teams I would expect to see among the top 3 today. They have finished top 3 each of the last couple of years. If we look back to 24, Community was champion, Central second, and Normal West third. And if we look at 23, Community won a very closely contested meet that day by 3 points over Champaign Central. What a fun meet that was. In fact, Community wasn't even the champions until Monday at that meet.
Oh, got it.
As a result of a scoring mistake. Community got to celebrate in their home pool a couple days after the meet in Peoria that day. But fun memories. Those kids that were seniors today are talking about that as memories of their freshman conference championship meet. But let's bring it back to today. We've got 9 teams in attendance. You had them up on the screen a minute ago. And
you know what? You want me to put them back? I can put them back.
Well,
I'm not going to charge you for it.
Let's
go.
talk about the 9 teams for those at home. So Champaign Central, Urbana, and Bloomington, you mentioned. Centennial, we will do our very best not to say Central and Centennial backwards today. Yeah. What do you think, Tim?
Well, on the heat sheet, it's very close. CENTE and CENTR, right?
Yeah, so apologies in advance if we say the wrong school at least once or twice. Rounding out the rest of the teams from Normal, we got both Community and West. And from Peoria, all 3 high schools represented: Notre Dame, Richwoods.
And then the co-op, which is Manual and Peoria High. I still want to call them Peoria Central because back when I was in high school, went to Washington High School, they were Peoria Central, the Peoria Central Lions. Now they're just the Peoria High Lions. The results that we are showing you are the varsity results, but after we talk about those after every event or two, we'll also mention, just based on results from Meet Mobile, how the junior varsity is shaping up. Champaign Central has considerably more swimmers than the rest of the schools, so I have no doubt that they will be at the top of the leaderboard for the junior varsity. It's hard to have a lot of swimmers, and that's why some of these schools, Notre Dame, Richwoods, they've got some really good swimmers, but Champaign Central, Normal Community, sometimes Normal West just generally have more kids. They're just a little deeper.
For sure.
So
That'll influence the JV results because at the varsity level, teams for individual events are only allowed 2 entries.
correct.
Whereas in the JV, I believe they get unlimited entries. All the kids get to swim today. So sometimes you'll see the JV results influenced by that.
Yep. Looking forward to it. There's a couple really good races that we have on board for today. You always start off with the medley relay, which I always enjoy watching because you're seeing typically the swimmer that is best at that specific stroke. So Normal Community, definitely a couple, I think almost a 3-second lead in terms of the seed time, 136.36 versus Normal West 139.29 and Champaign Central 141.16. I don't expect any, incredible times today. As we talked about at the intercity meet, a lot of these swimmers, they're not tapered for this meet.
Yeah, a lot of your JV swimmers will be tapered
right.
today, but
Yep.
at the varsity level, most of those swimmers got their eyes on the prize in 2 weeks at sectionals. They might be even a little heavy on the training this week.
Yep, I know I have a tired boy at home right now. So, well, he's in the pool, not in the pool, but getting ready to get in the pool. So,
but fair to say that most of your varsity swimmers, this is not their marquee event of the month. But of course, it is the conference championship, so the effort will be high, but you may not see the times that you might see here in a couple weeks.
well said. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back when we're ready to get into the pool.
Yeah, we're about
Not
to do
you and I. We're not going to be ready to get in the pool, but the swimmers.
Yeah, we're going to do a national anthem. We'll probably come back on right after that's done.
Sounds good.
As we get ready to come back on here, we've just concluded the national anthem. And Tim, we're ready to get the show on the road. A few minutes late, but first event, 200 medley relay, JV.
Not sure if I've ever been at a swim meet that started exactly when it was supposed to start. If you're just joining us, you might be saying, hey, can't they get a little better view of the pool? This was the best that we could do, so apologize. I know there's a lot of light in the background, but this was really our only option to maximize all things, including internet speed, and to be able to give you a product that looks sharp and that wasn't very spotty or glitchy,
Absolutely.
I guess. So, all right, we're starting off with the boys 200-yard medley junior varsity relay. We have in lane 3 the Irish from Notre Dame. In lane 4, and I'm going to remind you again, lane 1 is the closest to us. So lane 3 is the first one you see on the bottom. That's the Irish from Peoria, Notre Dame. Lane 4 is Urbana High School. Lane 5 is Peoria Richwoods. And lane 6 is Champaign Central.
Tim, if anybody's been watching with us over the years, they probably already know that we don't get names for the relays.
No.
So unfortunately, we can't tell you who is in the pool at any given time.
Or if we're given names, we're given like 8 names, so we're not sure exactly who is swimming. So,
nor the order, of course.
yes. But hopefully if you're a parent or grandparent at home, you've communicated with someone to say, hey, they're swimming the breaststroke. And right now they're on the breaststroke. So looking like Peoria Notre Dame has a slight lead over Urbana. Urbana, pretty good pull out there. Looks like close the gap there on Peoria Notre Dame. Also, if you're new to swim, you should know that lane 4 in an 8-lane pool is typically the best seed and the lowest time. So Urbana in the pool first for the butterfly portion of the medley relay. Notre Dame about 2 lengths behind now. Looks like Richwoods has a strong butterflyer taking over second place.
Tim, you can tell it's a major meet when you look at the pool deck. Not only is it full, but we've got 3 officials.
Yes.
Which is consistent with a major meet. And obviously for those following along at home, this is the conference championship. So for some of these boys, today's it's their, especially on the JV side, it's their last meet of the year.
Kind of a big deal.
Absolutely.
It looks like Urbana, who was seated with a time of 2 minutes and 19 seconds, is definitely going to take this. And looks like they're going to drop a little bit of time. I'm predicting it'll be about 2:18. 2:18.73.
Wow, it's like you've done this before.
I've done it once or twice.
Nice finish for the freestyler there, coming home
Peoria
7:29.
Richwoods in third. Champaign Central takes third place, and Notre Dame in fourth place with the time of 2:37.14. Champaign Central was a soft touch, so could not see that. So Urbana, UHS, I'm going to struggle with that. Urbana with about a 10-second lead, or 10-second win on that one.
Great swim by Urbana. Obviously, that will be combined with the next heat of JV, at least combined in the final scoreboard.
Correct.
So what do we got in the second heat, Tim?
We've got Normal West in lane 1, Champaign Centennial in lane 2, Champaign Central in lane 3, Normal Community in lane 4. That means they are the top seed, but only about 0.79 seconds ahead of Champaign Central. Another Champaign Central in lane 6. And then how about lane 7? What do we got with lane 7? Oh, Champaign Central. How about lane 8?
Another Central again. They've got an A, B, C, D, and E relay.
As we talked about their depth, the fact that, Normal West, which is a school of about 1,600, 1,500, they have 1 JV relay, and Champaign Central has 5. Normal Community also only has 1. So
It's outstanding for Central, obviously, that they're running a program that many kids are interested in swimming.
Yep.
That's a great sign.
Yep, Champaign Central and Champaign Centennial share a pool at Centennial High School.
Yep.
Champaign Central does not have their own pool, so that's always a little bit of a juggling act for Centennial High School to deal with that. And then also club swim. The Champaign County Heat swims there. Some of their high school and national level swimmers swim at Centennial.
And they have a lot. They're you would know you've got a boy that swims there, but they've got an excellent program and draw athletes from around Central Illinois to that program, and they do a very good job.
So I'm not sure whether we have a technical difficulty, or if we're not going to wait this long between each race, right?
Look to me, Tim, like the referees are conferring. They're wrapping up that conversation now. So it was one of two things: either they were reviewing information from the last heat, or they were collecting actual names of those who are going to swim this. Because I shouldn't say obviously, but they have the opportunity to list up to 8 swimmers and then decide on the deck which 4 are swimming. So sometimes there's a delay in getting that official or getting that line up to the official. Sorry.
So again, I know I'm going to say this probably 100 times today, but lane 1 is on the bottom of your screen. Lane 8 is towards the scoreboard. So Normal West lane 1, Centennial lane 2, Champaign Central lane 3, Normal Community lane 4, and then Champaign Central lanes 5 through 8. Normal Community starting off strong.
Looks like Drew down there for Community, taking it out fast and leading the way as he finishes off the backstroke. Looks like that might be Mason he's handing off to in the center of the pool.
Couple strong backstroke swims for the Central, 3 of the Central teams.
Leading the way right now for Normal Community is Mason LeCamp.
Freshman we talked about at Intercity.
Got himself into the top 3 in the 100 breaststroke as a freshman, so congratulations to Mason. I'm going to stick in the center of the pool since they're leading as Mason closes and finishes the breaststroke leg in 31.3. He's going to hand off to Oliver Kirk, another freshman, another strong freshman swimmer.
Strong flyer from Champaign Central. It's a big kid, big and strong.
Absolutely.
That's one thing about like junior varsity in swim does not necessarily mean you're a freshman or a sophomore. It's not a fresh soft. It's any age group, and it's just getting these kids opportunities to compete, no matter what age they are in high school. Looks like Normal Community is going to hang on to this one. A pretty strong surge from Champaign Central, but not enough pool left.
Looks like Talon Cunningham closing it out for Normal Community in a time of 150.47. And like you said, Central's A team closed strong. A great split, 22-2-1 by their freestyler to finish in second in 151.62. I see Central B taking third, Central C taking fourth, Central D taking fifth, all under 2:05.
Good swims. So we're going to be moving on to the 200-yard medley relay, the varsity division. We have 2 heats. The first heat has the Peoria Co-op, also called the Rams. And then Bloomington High School is in lane 3. And the Notre Dame Irish, lane 4.
Tim, each team gets 1 varsity relay entry. So that's why you'll see so many JV relays compared to so few varsity relays. Is they can have as many JV entries as they would like, so that all the kids can swim. But on the varsity side, one relay, 2 individuals. As we get ready to start the varsity medley relay, if we take a peek back at last year's conference championship, Normal West is your reigning champion.
That was a fun race. Although in conference, I believe that Normal was missing a pretty key swimmer in Wade Pyle. I believe he was ill for that meet. So that definitely helped.
Last year's second place finisher was Champaign Central and third was Normal Community. I would look at those three teams doing extremely well here in the second heat. In fact, all three of those teams are going to be right in the middle of the pool as we look forward to the second of two heats here. Like you said, we've got three relays in this first heat. Closest to you on the camera in lane 1 is the Rams, the co-op team, and then, of course, in the center of the pool, you mentioned both Bloomington and Peoria Notre Dame.
So it looked like lane 3, Bloomington takes the early lead off of the backstroke. Breaststroke next. Means to have a little bit of over a body length lead on Richwoods. And maintaining that body length lead going into the butterfly. Good finish at the wall there by the Bloomington Flyer. Seems like he's lengthening the lead a little bit, about a 3 body length lead now, maybe even 4. Good start there by the Bloomington freestyler. It's one of the things that becomes very important as you get into these championship meets is how quickly you get off the blocks. A lot of people think that you have to wait to move until the previous swimmer hits the wall, but that's not the case. You just have to have a foot on the block.
Yep. So a toe touching when the fingernail touches from the previous swimmer. And touching. Speaking of touching first, yes. In this heat is Bloomington High School in a time of 1:57.53. Looks like Coach Adam on the other side of the pool deck is happy with that swim in his first year of coaching Bloomington High.
Great coach, great person as well. So Bloomington had a little bit of time on their seat time, but these seat times are kind of irrelevant. It's kind of weird how they come up with them sometimes. So Peoria Notre Dame touching second at 2 minutes and 9.91 seconds. And we have the Peoria Co-op finishing up their freestyle leg in the pool. Lane 1. Might be a glitch on the scoreboard there because it should still be running. I think maybe they might have hit the wrong button there. State qualifying time for this is 1:36.73. That's coming across the board up there, but you cannot qualify for state, unfortunately, by getting that time.
You got to do it on February 21st, or it doesn't count.
It is one of the hardest things to. It is what it is, but.
Yeah, it's how it works in high school swimming. For those that don't know, there are qualifying times that if you achieve that time, you're off to Westmont, you're off to state. However, you must do that time at sectionals.
Pool record swam this year by Champaign Central, 136.47. Maybe that was last year.
Probably the end of last season.
Actually, yep. So 136.47 could potentially be gotten today. We'll have to see. All right, so second heat. You want to take that one?
Let's do it. So lane 2 is Peoria Richwoods. Lane 3 is Central. Lane 4 with your top seed time is Normal Community. Second fastest time belongs to Normal West, side by side in lane 5. Centennial in lane 6. And rounding out the field is Urbana in lane 7. Who's leading this off for Normal West?
This is Cooper Franz.
Yeah, you know him well.
A little bit. So hopefully he's doing all right today. He's been sick like his old man the last few days. A better time to do it than
for sure.
sectionals. So.
Yeah, talk about achieving qualifying times. It is the one tough part on the boys, and you got to do it on that day, whether you're healthy, sick, or not. You could have the greatest season, but you still got to perform on February 21st. You either got to win that sectional or get the qualifying time.
It should be a really good battle here on the backstroke, and it will be a prelude to the 100 back. Nolan Pyle in the middle has the best seed. Cooper Franz has the second best seed, and Garen Barker, who will be doing the backstroke for Champaign Central, is also in the 100 back.
Looks like we're all set, Tim, and going to have our first varsity race of the day, the 200-yard medley relay. Obviously, you can feel the excitement pick up just a little bit in the room.
Yep.
This should be, like you said, a great race.
Good start. One of the things you'll notice is Garen Barker and how good his underwaters are.
Great start by the three boys in the middle of the pool.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be touching almost exactly at the same time. Looks like Garen Barker just barely and just right ahead, 0.13 seconds ahead. So now we got the breaststroke. Sam Grosjean, an elite 50 breaster. Pearson Odlin's pretty solid. This is Jed Eltz, I believe, from Champaign Central.
Another great preview for the end of the
Pearson, a really good pullout. It looks like they are, I mean, the thing is you got Wade Pyle in the pool now, swimming the butterfly, and he's just faster than everyone else in the pool. So
looks like, is that Josh next to him?
Josh Sunkel.
Yep.
And I am not sure about Champaign Central. But you know what? Josh Sunkel is hanging with Wade. Wade took about a quarter of a body length lead.
Yeah, Wade closes in
a
22.56. West,
this is Troy Retkamp and
no, that's Ethan.
No.
Ethan Arndt in the water.
Ethan Arndt, awesome.
Community.
Love it.
Looks like Ethan's going to hang on and bring Normal Community a victory in their first event of the day.
Fun race to watch. Second place, Normal West. Central in third place, 137.89. Not the pool record, but still a very solid time at this point in the season. Well done by all three of those teams. Excellent job. Fourth place was Peoria Richwoods with the time of 148.38. Fifth place, Centennial, 149.17. Sixth place, Urbana, 152.23.
Great swim by the boys for Normal Community there. We'll give them an opportunity to take the lead in the team standings as we get the swim portion of the meet started. We transition now to our first individual event of the day. While Tim's working in the background, we're going to see about getting that scroll updated so those of you joining at any point can see the results. You're stuck with just me for a little while. This is event 5, a 200-yard freestyle. We've got 2 heats of JV swimmers today. Lane 3, we've got Renee Delgado from the Irish. Lane 4 from Normal West, Alec Collins. And in lane 5, also from Normal West, Matthew Chapman. No seed time for Delgado. Both Alec and Matthew come in with seed times of 2:45 and 2:47 respectively. Tim, I told everybody you were busy in the background getting set up to get the live scroll updated so that those folks that join late can see the top finishers in each varsity event.
Yep, that's what we're looking to do. We obviously have to wait for the results to be official on Meet Mobile, so it doesn't happen immediately after, but not too long after.
Good news is Meet Mobile is updating today.
That is good.
Yeah. Some of the meets, we have to wait a little bit longer for the live results, but I don't think we should have that issue today.
Speaking of, one of my jobs is to do this right here, to say we're now on the 200 free and not on the medley relay anymore. So I just changed that. Sorry about that.
Right on.
Probably going to have to dock my pay.
You know what? I'll double it.
Oh.
We do get a halfway decent view of the pool with nobody standing in front of us.
That's true.
Is the one perk of the job.
I love doing it. It's a lot of fun.
Hopefully
Good to get some props for a swim that doesn't, or a sport that doesn't always get props. So.
Well, and hopefully all the families at home that aren't able to make it, whether it's extended family, grandparents, or anybody out of state, they can see their son have a great swim today. And I know I've got a few family on the broadcast today, so there's at least a couple people watching us.
Yeah.
Try to do our best job here.
Yep. Feel free to chat in the live chat stream. We'll pay attention to that every once in a while.
I tell you what,
get a chance.
If you're listening along, drop a note in the chat and tell us where you're viewing from. We'd love to see across the country and
agreed
where we're getting people from. Maybe in the world. Is anyone outside the United States watching, Tim?
I would love that.
So drop us a note in the chat and just tell us where you're watching from. Renee took the win in that heat, 2:25.07 from Peoria, Notre Dame. The two boys I mentioned from West, both Matthew Chapman and Alex, finished second and third respectively in times of 2:28.11 and 2:35.21. But now we move, Tim, to the second heat of two in the JV 200 freestyle.
All right, we got lane 1, Bridger Brinkmeyer from Richwoods. Lane 2, Tobias Tepper from Champaign Central. Lane 3, Dean Merrick from Champaign Central. Our top seed is Talon Cunningham from Normal Community, seed time of 1:58.08. Lane 5, Bryce Hauk from Normal Community. And lane 6, Henry Wilson from Champaign Central. Lane 7, Ben Drake from Normal Community. And lane 8, Augie Crank from Peoria, Notre Dame. So a 3-second difference approximately in seed time between lanes 4 and 5. So that should be a battle. Look like lane 4, Talon Cunningham is out to a pretty strong start, but that could just be Bryce's MO, right?
You're right.
Kind of.
I think Bryce is a little bit more of a distance swimmer. He does extremely well in the 500. But his teammate Talon is out very fast.
Yeah, it's a solid swim.
I think 55 and change at the halfway point.
I mean, he could be, I don't know if sectional teams are 100% solidified, but maybe he's shooting to try to creep up into that one.
Going into the last 50 here, Talon turns that 50 in 30.25. What a great swim by Talon, followed by Bryce. 32.23 for that 50 for Bryce.
Yep, he is. Talon's looking strong start to finish. Got two central swimmers that are kind of battling head-to-head for third place here. Bryce Hauk is going to be somewhere, Talon Cunningham is going to be somewhere around 155. 156, I was wrong, 156 flat, so a nice 2-second drop there. Bryce with a 2:02.12.
Solid swim for both of those boys.
Dean Merrick just out touches Henry Wilson, 0.08 of a second. So Dean Merrick gets third place. Henry Wilson, both from Champaign Central, gets fourth. In fifth place, Tobias Tepper with the 2:16.28. He's from Champaign Central again. Ben Drake with the 2:18.99. Love Ben Drake. His parents have agreed again to be the sponsors for the IHSA sectionals being held at Normal West, and we're very grateful for Drake Orthodontics for stepping up.
Go ahead.
Lane 7, Bridger Brinkmeyer from Richwoods, and Lane 8, Augie Crank from PND.
You mentioned the Drakes. Without them, that live stream at sectionals would not be free for people to watch.
Yep.
There's, due to IHSA rules, we've got some things we need to follow on the live stream, but for sectional meets, they need to be behind a paywall or sponsored or paid for. And thankfully, Drake Orthodontics has stepped up now for 2 years in a row and provided that so that all of you can watch at home.
Very grateful to them. All right, so we're on Heat 1 of the varsity 200-yard freestyle. I'll cover this one. Actually, you cover this one because I'll cover the second one.
Sounds
since
good.
Your son is swimming in the second heat.
Cool. In Heat 1 of 2 in the varsity 200-yard freestyle, we've got Lane 1, Jack LaHood from the Peoria Irish. Lane 2, Marcus Campos from Urbana. Lane 3, Kellen Franken from Richwoods. Lane 4 in the middle of the pool, James York from Urbana. Lane 5, Teddy Showalter of the Irish. Lane 6, Paula Gordon from Richwoods. And a pair of Bloomington swimmers round out the field in 7-8, Reeve Galfi and Braden Nessiger.
Before we talk about their swims, because they still have a little time to go here, shout out to Dewey Wills again, watching online because he can't be here. He's in De Pere, Wisconsin for Senior Day.
Watching Paris at St. Norbert.
That is awesome. Good luck to Paris. Hope you enjoy your time with Paris during Senior Day. Some people watching from Normal, and a hello from Maryland. So Maryland right now is our furthest away.
You know who that is. That's my sister.
Oh, awesome.
So shout out to Trina in Maryland cheering on her nephew.
So and then we also have a watch from Kewanee, Illinois.
Nice.
So
thanks for those that have chimed in and made us look like we're at least a little bit popular today.
All right, so it looks like Lane 5 is our leader right now, Teddy Showalter. 33.05 for his third 50. We got 50 to go. Lane 4 from Urbana is trying to catch up, but definitely looking like Teddy Showalter is going, I think.
Look at this.
I don't know. James might have
York's
heard me.
got something to say about this. Love to see the competition as they close here. Of course, James is breathing towards him.
And Teddy Showalter takes Heat 1 with the time of 2:07.72. James York right behind him with 2:08.15. And Keelan Franken from Richwoods, a 2:12.14. Fifth place was Reeve Galfi. Sixth place Marcus Campos. Fourth place Paul Gordon. Seventh Jack LaHood from PND. And then rounding out the top 8 is Braden Nofsinger from Bloomington. All right, you ready for this?
I'm excited. We got a lot of fast swimmers in this heat.
Just got done swimming the 50 free. That kind of got him warmed up.
Oh, you're talking about Ethan, yeah. Also got Wade Pyle from Community, obviously one of the best freestylers in the state of Illinois.
Correct.
He's going to be the one to watch for sure, but why don't you give us all 8 here, Tim?
Lane 1 is Luis Tran from Champaign Centennial. Lane 2, Anderson Williams from Champaign Central. Tyler Kappa, strong swimmer, sophomore from Champaign Central. In Lane 3, Wade Pyle from Normal Community in Lane 4. Pearson Odland from Normal West in Lane 5. Ethan Arndt in Lane 6, he's from Normal Community. Colin Jenkins from Champaign Centennial in Lane 7, and Josh Bierbaum from Normal West. In Lane 8, as expected, Wade Pyle starts off with a strong 23.34 first 50.
full body length ahead of the field. Normal pile, an accomplished swimmer. He's gone 137 for his personal best in this event. An exceptional swimmer, really takes to the 200 free and swims extremely well.
Yeah, it's always interesting if you're following along and you don't know this for IHSA and sectionals, which is where you have to start. You can only swim 2 individual events. And it's good because otherwise, if you let Wade Pyle swim in every event, he may win every single one. But he's going to have a tough time probably choosing between the 50, the 100, and the 200. Wade's still looking strong. Pearson started off really strong, starting to, I think he was trying to catch up with or keep up with Wade, which is always a difficult thing to do. Go ahead.
Pearson, an excellent 200-yard freestyler. He came in with a 148.13. He swam that earlier this year. You've also got Tyler Kappa in the field. He's in 3rd place currently. Another strong 200 freestyle swimmer. He's got a personal best of 148.7 in this event, but let's take it home. Who's going to win this thing?
Pool record was 138.53 by Nolan Miller, who's one of the best swimmers ever to swim in this pool. Wade Pyle 140.65, which was almost right at his seed time of 140.97. So
great swim by Wade.
Small drop there. Pearson a 149, which is about a second away from his previous best. Tyler Kappa in 3rd place with a 151.61. Anderson Williams from Champaign Central in 4th. Ethan Arndt in 5th, 156. What do you think about that race for Ethan?
Not going to lie, I didn't get to watch my own kid that much.
Yeah,
trying to keep track of the whole field. So
it's understandable. Luis Tran was in 6th place on that one, and they just took the results off the board for us. So they're getting ready and excited about the 200-yard individual medley. So heat 1 of 2 for the JV. Lane 3, we have Bailey Cunningham from Richwoods. Well, hold on. No, lane 2. Sorry, I'm using the wrong one.
That's all right.
I don't know why I'm doing that. Abi Harik Shananan from Normal Community is in lane 2. Interesting. Jackson Arnold looks like he's in lane 3.
Yep.
Okay, I'm looking at the varsity. That's my problem.
That's all right. We got Oliver Kirk. I'll fill in for you, Tim.
Why don't you just take over? Let me have a drink of water. And sorry about that. I'm reading off the varsity.
No worries. I'll take it from the top here. Let you get a drink. Avi is in lane 2 from Normal Community. Jackson Arnold from Central in lane 3. Oliver Kirk, who's currently leading the field as we go into the backstroke leg, is in 4th. Next to him is his teammate, Mason LeCamp, in lane 5. Strong breaststroker, who we've talked about already during the relay. Lane 6, Matthew Yim from Central. And, of course, all the Central swimmers. We do have one more. Lane 7 is Keaton Carlisle from, like I said, Central. Halfway through the 200 IM JV, we have Oliver Kirk in the lead, followed closely by Mason LeCamp, both teammates at Normal Community. There is going to be one heat of this JV 200 IM before we jump into the varsity 200 IM, and there will be 2 heats of the varsity event. As we turn to the final 50 here, 3 boys in the middle of the pool. Mason, Oliver, and Jackson all at 148 and change. As they jump into the last leg, the 50-yard freestyle, looks to be Mason with a slight lead over Oliver into the final turn. Oliver looks to be closing this out and winning the Big-12 Conference JV title in a time of 2:19.55. Finishing second is Mason LeCamp, 2:20.03. Close to him in third was Jackson Arnold from Central, 2:21.76. In fourth, Matthew Yim, also from Central, 2:31 202. In fifth, back at community, I'm going to butcher it, so I'll just say Abby, 242.51. And finishing up right now is Keaton Carlisle, also from Central, 255 flat. As we get ready here for event 8, the boys 200-yard varsity IM. We will have 2 heats. Last year's winner was Cooper Franz from Normal West, who I don't believe is swimming this event this year. He went 2:00.72. Josh Lee was second from Central, and Aiden Starkey, who has graduated from Normal West, took the bronze last year in this event. Like I said, this is heat 1 of 2. In lane 3, we've got Bailey Cunningham from Richwoods. Your top seed in this event, Caden Sy from Centennial. Lane 5 is Mason Montgomery from Normal West. Lane 6 and 7 are both Irish swimmers. We have John Baker and Andrew Dam as Tim comes back on the mic here. Tim, Mason Montgomery, one West swimmer here, seated second. He's doing well.
Yes, he is. He's actually been diving this year for the first time. He doesn't know enough dives to do the conference dives. You have to do 11 dives, so there's an extra 2 dives or something like that you have to learn. Hopefully he will come back next year and be able to dive. Like to have that 25-point lead that Champaign Central had. He's a good, strong swimmer. He's getting better as time goes on, which is kind of what you hope for, right? We're going to interview Ethan. A shout out to people watching from North Carolina. That is awesome. I'm guessing that North Carolina is slightly further away than Maryland, but I could be wrong. I might have to check and see. Lane 4, Caden Sy from Centennial has a pretty strong lead right now. Looks like Mason Montgomery just touching before Bailey Cunningham. Within about 0.02 of a second, but it definitely looks like Centennial's Caden Sy is going to win heat 1 of the varsity 200 individual medley. Mason Montgomery hanging on right now, trying to get a little bit of kick in his freestyle so he can outlast Bailey Cunningham from Richwoods. Caden Sy's time at 2:22.84. Holy cow, that's a approximately 8-second drop.
I was
and that
waiting before I did the math and checked. I was looking at the right heat. Good for him.
That's a lot. So Mason Montgomery dropped about a second.
Sweet.
Bailey Cunningham right on his time, approximately. John Baker from Peoria, Notre Dame in 4th place, and Andrew Dam also from Notre Dame in 5th place with time of 2:53.05. All right, so the final heat of the 200 individual medley is Phoenix Galvin from Richwoods, lane 1. Lane 2 is Noah Gwynn from Champaign Central. Lane 3, Vihan. Just Vihan.
Yeah, let's call it Vihan.
From Normal Community. Lane 4, the top seed with the 2:11.64 is Jackson Tomera from Normal West. Lane 5, Lane Wills. I would not be shocked to see Lane Wills win this event, as he has been swimming very well. He's from Normal Community. Lane 6, Victor Perez from Champaign Central. Lane 7, Sam Pankow from Urbana. And Lane 8, Nathan Piercy from Champaign Centennial. What are you looking for here?
Like you said, this should be a great swim in the middle of the pool. Jackson Tamara is an excellent 200 IM swimmer. We've seen him swim this before. Lane is coming off an excellent performance in the 500 free at Inner City. See if he can carry that into a strong performance in the IM. Cooper Franz is the reigning champion in this event. I mentioned it before. A 2:00.72 had an exceptional swim this time last year. But at the first turn, it's Jackson Tamara with a lead already, with looking very strong in the butterfly.
Yep. Be interesting to see what happens here on the backstroke. Backstroke and breaststroke are the ones that generally make or break you on the individual medley.
Jackson out in the lead there, 27 and change, followed by Vihan and Lane in second and third respectively.
It looks like Lane's got just a little bit on Vihan, but not much at all. But he's hanging in. Lane's a pretty strong breaststroker, better than Jackson Tamara. Not sure about Vihan. Looking like lane 6, Victor Perez is hanging with the normal community, 2 normal community swimmers in the middle.
But it's all Jackson Tamara so far as we pass the halfway point. Jackson with an excellent backstroke leg, but like you said, Lane Wills, he's using that strong breaststroke to pull away a little bit from Vihan and maybe inch up on Jackson.
Yeah, he's got a longer stroke than Jackson. Jackson's got kind of a shorter, smooth stroke, but Jackson's holding his own on the breaststroke.
Absolutely.
And looks like, as long as he's got something left for the freestyle, should be able to take this race. A 40.16 for his 50 breast, which was actually a little stronger than Lane.
Fastest breaststroke split in the field, so congratulations to Jackson.
Well done.
But he's going to take this home easily at perhaps his first conference title.
I believe this, except for in a relay.
Individually.
And I'm not sure he was in a relay last year either, so looking like it's going to be about a 3-second drop. Would be 2:09. I guess that's only 2:10, only 1 second. I was way off on that.
Good job,
Lane
Jackson.
Wills does out-touch Vihan for second place at 2:14.96 for Lane Wills. In third place was Vihan. In fourth place, Sam Pankow. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. That might have been a soft touch there by Victor Perez. I think it was a soft touch because I'm pretty sure Victor Perez actually ended up in fourth place. Fifth was Noah Gwynn. So that we'll find out later.
Yeah, they got a good team down there to sort that out.
Yes. We'll let you know.
Well, we transitioned to the 50 free, and thankfully there's 6 seats of the 50 free and not 6 seats of the 500 free, or we might be here until sunset.
Yeah, and I am going to update this because I'm on the wrong event again. And then we also can, if we want to, take a look at the team standings after this group gets in the pool. It's 50 freestyle, and I know it goes pretty quickly, but for this first one, right after we get started, we'll just have a quick, actually we'll do it right now because Ethan's getting ready to get in the pool. We have Champaign Central. This is after the 200-yard free, has 72 points, so they have a 14-point lead over normal community. We'll talk about this later. You want to go ahead and take this?
Absolutely. So lots of heats of the 50 here. We'll do our best to get everybody's names read. First heat, Ethan from Normal West in lane 1. Lane 2, Cameron from Richwoods. Lane 3, Aaron from Central. Lane 4, Jude from Richwoods. Lane 5, Aiden from Richwoods. Lane 6, David from Central. Lane 7, Roy from Central. And lane 8, Abdul from
Abdoulaye.
Thank you. Abdoulaye is a late
Abdoulaye.
entry. And
I definitely got that right.
thank you.
So.
And just like that, we're done. We're looking at results. First finisher was Jude Hill in a time of 35.66, followed by Aiden, 36.8, and in third place in that heat, Aaron Vinn, 37.47.
Come on, Ethan.
Yeah, that's Ethan down there in lane 1 from
He's gonna
Normal
get
West.
He's gonna get a 1.5-second drop here, 58.98. Seat time 59.8, so a nice 1 second drop there for Ethan. Well done, Ethan. All right, heat 2, we got Flax Runkle from Central, William Allen from Richwoods, Wendy Lynn from Central. David Shaman in lane 4 from Richwoods, top time of 35.20, just .04 seconds ahead of Alan Antonio in lane 5 from Urbana. Lane 6, Ezra Strickler from Notre Dame. Lane 7, Sam Quirk from Champaign Central. And lane 8, Samuel Otto from Peoria, Notre Dame.
Of course, 50 free, the most popular event.
Yes.
Not only freestyle, but the shortest event offered at the high school level. So no surprise that we have a plethora of JV heats.
The middle of the pool, lanes 4 and 5 have almost identical seed times. But lane 6 looks like they're going to hit the wall first. But lane 4, better breakaway from lane 4. And it kind of looks like lane 6, Ezra Strickler from Notre Dame.
Maybe even shade.
Right there with David Shimon. So David Shimon does take it by .14 seconds over Ezra Strickler. In third place was Flox Runkle, a little outside smoke.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lane 4, can you say that if they don't win? Or is it? I did anyway. So Alan Antonio from Urbana was in fourth place there.
Quickly on to Heat 3 as they jump up on the blocks here. Lane 1, Silas Horn from Normal West. Lane 2, Ashraf Mohammed from Central. Lane 3, Aaron Stutzman from Richwoods. Lane 4, Vish from Normal Community. Lane 5, Isaac from Centennial. Lane 6, Jackson Leslie from Normal West. Lane 7, Solomon Otto from the Irish. And lane 8 on the outside, Lakeith Hunter from Urbana.
Lanes 4 and 5 right there. Lane 6 not too far behind. Lane 1 actually. We can't see lane 1. It's cut off by the table. You can see it once they get away, but it's are we going to have an out?
Echoing what you said last heat, I think we really do have an outside smoke here as lane 1's going to take this.
Nice. Silas Horn, 29.35 from Normal West. Well done. 39, or 30, that's a 4-second drop.
Wow. Wow.
Nice. Second place, Vish Sikranth from Normal Community.
Vish. Good job, Vish.
Nice, well done. Third place, lane 6, Jackson Leslie. Nice job, Jackson. Good swim. I believe he had a nice drop there for Jackson Leslie. So on to Heat 4 of 6. Lane 1 is Noah Guyen from Centennial. Lane 2, Jake Hartman from Centennial. Lane 3, Avery Pfeiffer from Richwoods. Lane 4, Damian Delgado from Notre Dame. Lane 5, Parker Sarf, Liam's brother, from Notre Dame. Lane 6, Nathan Goulet from Central. Lane 7, Maddox Schweitzer from Normal West. And lane 8, Ace Hopkins from Champaign Central.
Lane Heat 4 into the water, and it's lane 2, Jackson Hartman out very quickly. Got almost a half body length lead on the field as we go into the only turn in the 50 freestyle.
Turns are very important, can definitely make a difference.
But it's the two boys, it looks like, from Peoria, Notre Dame that are going to take it here. Lane 5, Parker Sarf from Peoria, Notre Dame takes that.
Easy for you to say.
08, how about you talk? I'll drink.
Lane 2, Jake Hartman from Centennial. Got second place, and third place was lane 4, Damian Delgado from Notre Dame, and in fourth place, Avery Pfeiffer from Richwoods.
No rest for the weary. We're on to Heat 5 of 6 here in lane 1, Andrew from Richwoods. Lane 2, John from Central. Lane 3, Manas from Normal Community. Scratching in lane 4, we're moving on to lane 5, Auden Cochran from Central. Lane 6, Mahir from Normal Community. Lane 7, Finnegan Cochran from Central. And in lane 8, Mr. Zhu from Centennial. Do you want to try
Zopeng
that?
Zhao.
we apologize. We did not get phonetic pronunciations of everybody's names,
Yeah.
did we?
We've got the Cochran brothers in lanes 5 and 7, battling it out. I tell you what, they're looking strong. You can tell you're getting to the faster swimmers by the kicks.
Absolutely.
The Cochran brothers, I think, touched 1 and 2 on that.
Well, family bragging rights on the line. But it's going to be
like Odin Cochran for the win, and I'm pretty sure Finnegan Cochran, got second. 26.26. What was his seat time there? 27.13. So
more drops, and obviously
we're 0.9 seconds, which is a lot in a 50 free. So
it's outstanding, and like we said before, we're going to see a lot more drops at the JV level because most of these boys are tapered for today and swimming their last meet of the season.
Yep.
So we won't quite see the same drops at the varsity level, but again, congratulations to those boys as we go into the final heat, Heat 6.
Sixth and final heat. Giovanni Righieri from Central is in lane 1. Evan Herbst from West, lane 2. Logan Stortzum from Central in lane 3. Vincent Billsbury in lane 4. Lark Runkle in lane 5. Peter Coventry in lane 6. Xander Hopkins in lane 7. All of those are from Champaign Central. And then lane 8, Hunter Thompson from Normal West.
Yeah, only 2 schools represented in this final heat of the JV 50 free. Central slotting 6 swimmers and Normal West slotting a pair, and it's going to be one of the Central boys in the middle of the pool. That's Vincent touching first in 24.02, followed by Logan 25.09, Peter 25.89, fourth, all Central swimmers again, Xander 25.95, and fifth, another Central swimmer, Lark, in 25.98.
All right, let's take a look. This is after the 200-yard IM, so we're up to date. Champaign Central now only has a 6-point lead on Normal Community. Normal West is 20 points behind Normal Community. Champaign Centennial in 4th place. Urbana in 5th place, just right behind Champaign Centennial. Richwoods, Peoria Notre Dame, Bloomington, and Peoria Co-op round out the top 9. So Normal Community is definitely poised right now to take the conference title if they continue to swim how they have been swimming. So
it's early, of course.
Yep.
So presently we're moving on to event 10, the boys 50 freestyle varsity. We'll start with 3 boys in the first heat. Looks like we got Trey Woods in lane 1, Preston Downing in lane 3, and lane 4 is Nicholas Jones.
We have 3 heats, and I think this is the only varsity event in which we have 3 heats.
All right.
And looks like this is going to go to Preston Downing from Urbana. Time of 28.95. Nicholas Jones from Peoria Co-op, 30.93. Solid swim for him. That is a 6-second drop. That's impressive.
Love it. As Trey makes his turn out of your view maybe a little bit and heads home in his second 50, we'll peek ahead, or actually maybe we'll look back first. Last year's champion was Evan Piercy in a time of 22.77 in this event. That time will definitely be threatened. We've got several swimmers, at least 3 under that time this year.
State qualifying time 21.73. That'll be a tough get today.
Absolutely. I don't think we'll see that time today. But your top 3 seeds coming up in 2 more heats will be Nolan Pyle from Community. Paxton Dixon will be seated 2nd, and Ethan Jewett from Urbana will be 3rd. So stay tuned for what should be an outstanding race, don't you think, Tim?
Agreed. The 50 free is almost always a great race, but who is swimming it today? It should be a fun one to watch. So we're as Trey finishes up. We are almost at Heat 2. In Lane 2 is Paxton Holmes from Richwoods. Lane 3, Mitchell Goddard from Peoria Notre Dame. Lane 4, Elliot Tolentino from Bloomington. Lane 5, Luis Trayan from Centennial. Lane 6, Braden Cotter from Notre Dame. And Lane 7, Nazir Althahan from Centennial. Lowest seed time here is Elliot Tolentino, 24.18. 0.05 seconds ahead of Luis Tran, who's in lane 5, so should be a good race.
Heat 2 of 3. Excellent start in the middle of the pool. No surprise there from the Centennial swimmer, pardon me, Louis Tran. As we head for home, it's going to be, looks to me like, from my view, lane 5, Mr. Tran's going to close it out in a 24.29. Followed closely by Mitchell from Notre Dame, 24.54. Third place was Elliot Tolentino from Bloomington, 24.65. Followed by Braden Cotter from Notre Dame and Paxton Holmes from Richwoods. But here's the marquee event.
All right, here we go. You know what? It's up. You're up.
Right on. Let's do it. So in lane 1, Hoyt Carter from Normal West. Lane 2, Troy Retkamp from Normal Community. Lane 3, Ethan Jewett from Urbana. Your top seed, Nolan Pyle from Normal Community, 22.33. Your second fastest seed, Paxton Dixon from Richwoods. Jonathan Freeman from Central. Josh Sunkel in lane 7 from West. And Alex Duran from Central in the outside lane 8. But here we go.
One of my favorite races of the day.
It's
Paxton Dixon. Or is that Ethan in lane 5?
Yeah, I was looking at Paxton in lane 5, Ethan lane 3, Nolan lane 4.
7, Josh Sunkel is also going after it. This is going to be down to the wire, and it is Nolan Pyle coming back, 22.34. Paxton Dixon in second, 22.43. Josh Sunkel, 22.51. Wow. 3 within 0.17 of each other. Jonathan Freeberg in fourth with a 22.76. Ethan Jewett, 22.86. Troy Reckamp, 23.23. With a tie with Alex Duran from Champaign Central. And then in eighth place, Hoyt Carter. Wow, what a race.
Congratulations to Nolan Pyle. His 22.34 is one of his, I think it's his best swim on the high school season. His all-time best, a 21.96 during the Y season. But Nolan's got to be happy with that swim.
Well, this shows his seed time at 22.33. And he had a 22.34.
You know what?
So it could be just not in the swim cloud. Not every single event is. Or, you know what, that 22.2 or 22.33 could have been was the start of a 200 free relay.
You know what? That's a great point.
So, but right there, I mean, great swim. And it will also be interesting to see what he chooses to swim at sectionals, because he could swim the IM. Obviously he's going to swim the back because he's going to get the cut time with that. But the cut time for IHSA is 21.7. He's, 0.5 seconds away from that right now. Tech suited and tapered. You want to think that you're going to get there, but there's just such a small margin. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break while they have a break.
Yeah, I think they are in the pool for 15 minutes, so you probably won't see us or hear from us for a little while.
And that's probably a good thing for you guys. So enjoy watching people swim, and we'll be up quickly.
All right.
well.
Well, welcome back as we, excuse me, get ready to restart after the 15-minute break. Our next event up is going to be the JV 100-yard butterfly. There will be 2 heats in this first, there's only 1 heat of the JV butterfly, and it's all Central swimmers. So hopefully we've got lots of Central parents and family members watching this heat. But lane 3 is Xander Hopkins, lane 4 Dean Myrick, lane 5 Francis Steinbacher, and in lane 6 Gabrielle Vasquez. Like I said, these are all Champaign Central swimmers. The fastest speed time belongs to Dean. His speed time 102.49. Looks like he is going to have the lead as he goes into the first turn. That, like I said, that's Dean Myrick, 29.16 at the first turn, followed by Francis, 29.89. And outside, in this particular heat, on the outside, lane 3, Xander, 31.92. But like I said, it's middle of the pool, lane 4, Dean leading the way so far, going into the last turn. All these Central swimmers have great support on deck. All their teammates down cheering all 4 of them on. Touching first, like I mentioned before, is Dean Myrick, 34 flat close for a final time of 1:03.16. Congratulations, Dean, just off his seed time, or his entry time. Touching the wall second was Francis, 1:05.61. Third was Xander, 1:10.83. And then fourth was Gabrielle, 1:15.42.
All right, now on to the varsity 100-yard butterfly. Pool record, Garen Barker, who is here today and is lane 4 of the second heat. Heat 1, Hunter Thompson, normal west. Seat time of 1:14.41 in lane 5. Paul Gordon from Peoria Richwoods. So only 2 swimmers in our first heat of the varsity.
No surprise, the butterfly is the least popular event on the program, even less popular than the 500 free, I think.
That's kind of crazy to think about.
Takes a fair amount of upper body strength, of course. 100 being the longest distance swam at high school season, but if you get into club season or college, you got everyone's favorite, the 200 fly.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
Especially the orthopedic surgeons.
All right, and here we go with the first heat varsity. So these boys are scoring points as long as they can finish cleanly. But it's Hunter Thompson from West with the early lead over Paul Gordon.
About a 1 length lead now.
1 body length, yeah.
Yes.
1 length would be impressive, wouldn't it?
One length of the pool, yes, definitely.
That'd be awesome.
31.02 for Hunter. Paul had a 33.89 first 50 split. Hunter Thompson, just a freshman at Normal West, ends on a full stroke. That's one thing that I've never quite understood my son has not been able to do on a consistent basis. It's important to keep that momentum going into the wall, and that means momentum off the wall as well. So Looks like Hunter Thompson is going to drop a little bit of time here.
Absolutely, and he's
a time of 1:14.41. He goes 1:10.61. So
keep an eye on that time. He might even beat out a swimmer or two from the next heat too.
Paul Gordon also dropped time. He dropped about 5 seconds.
Yeah, he did.
Down to 1:17.68. All right, so I talked about Garen Barker. He's in the middle of the pool. He has the pool record, but that was last year's at state or sectionals, 48.84. That's not happening today.
No, it's an impressive
That is
time.
an incredible race. Qualifying time, I think, for state is 51.95, yes.
All right. So the field here for the final heat of the varsity 100 fly. Lane 1, Trannon from Richwoods. Lane 2, Miles from the Irish. Lane 3, Jed from Central. And lane 4, you mentioned Garrett Barker. He's already off. And an incredible lead from Central. Lane 5 and 6, a pair of community swimmers, Sam Grogine and Oliver Kirk. Lane 7, Garrett Nafziger from Bloomington. And rounding out the field in lane 8, Mason Montgomery from Normal West. But like you said, look who's leading this one.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see him very often because he's under water most of the time and comes out right about when you have to.
But Garen Barker with an impressive lead, 24.54 for that first 50. Going to take this one going away. What an impressive performance.
It's like Sam Grogine's in second, in third place Jed Elts.
Garen Barker's going to repeat. He was our champion last year in a time of 51.57. He's going to be a little bit slower this year as he touches the wall in 53.90, and he is your Big 12 champion in the 100
Looks
butterfly.
like Sam Grogine's going to be second. Jed Elst he just outtouches Jed Elst in third and fourth place. Oliver Kirk for Normal Community, the freshman, fourth place in the 100 fly. Well done. Miles Kentosh from Notre Dame in fifth. Trajan Matsumoto.
Well done.
In lane
1, yeah.
In lane, I don't know, yeah,
Lane 1.
Sorry.
Yep. Lane 1's hard for us to see.
It is.
Rounding out the field, seventh place Garrett from Bloomington in lane 7, and your final swimmer was Mason Montgomery.
And we are on to the 100 freestyle. It's one of the events that I'm excited about because my son is swimming.
Well, it's going to be a little bit before he swims because we got a lot of JV events in the 100
Yes.
freestyle. No surprise. There are 5 heats of the JV 100 freestyle. Heat 1 is getting ready here with Ethan getting lined up in lane 1. Let's read them all off for you. Ethan in lane 1 from Normal West. Cameron Wilson from Richwoods in lane 2. Aiden from Richwoods in lane 3. Pair of brothers in lane 4 and 5, Samuel Otto and Solomon Otto from Peoria, Notre Dame. Lane 6, Lakeith Hunter from Urbana. Lane 7, Isaac from Centennial. And in lane 8, Abdulia from Centennial.
Like it after the first turn, it is lane 7, Preston Downing from Urbana, 32.77. He's got about almost a 2 body length lead.
I would reckon to say his entry time is in jeopardy.
Yeah, I mean, if he was in lane 7, I'm guessing that is correct.
Or he's in no time, and I could have looked at that before I
He's a
opened my mouth.
no-timer. Come on. Should have realized that. He probably should not be in this heat, but that's okay. He is.
I should read the sheet before I open my mouth, right?
Looks like Gus Rund from Urbana is going to take second. Preston Downing now has a seed time of 109.03. Unfortunately, it's the last meet of the year for most people. Gus Rund touches at 121.44. Braden Cotter, 123.51. Lincoln Hortzman from Richwoods in fourth.
You know what, Tim?
Yes, sir.
We're doing our job and we're reading the board. But those names don't match what I got on my sheet.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So we got poor families at home that are probably mad at us, but we're doing the best we can.
I apologize.
Well, it's not your fault. We're trying to read the scoreboard, but those names I don't think are right.
It's way easier to do that. So looks like lane 6 was Lakeith Hunter from Urbana.
He finished second in that heat with a
Isaac
121.44.
Negussi from Centennial was the no-timer. Not Preston Downing. In third place in lane 4 was Samuel Ado. And
Takes home the brother bragging
and
rights.
then Solomon just after him. So yeah, that's interesting. They might want to fix that.
Well,
Else we keep sounding,
well,
not you.
ESPN didn't take the job today, so you got stuck with us, and we're trying to figure things out with you, and we trusted the scoreboard there, but I'm glad we caught it so we could give some of these boys proper due.
It's a little easier to read off the scoreboard.
All right.
It has the place right next to it.
I see proper names now. I hope they.
Well, that's
a good sign. We're going to have a short pause here as the officials get together for a short conversation.
I think they're talking about what we were talking about. They were probably listening to the live stream, realized they messed up.
You're probably right. Or you had 8 kids get out of the water and look at the scoreboard and throw their arms in the air. But that's all right. These are all volunteers.
Yes.
Whether it's us, the
job.
officials, those on the scoreboard.
They're running a solid meet.
Takes a lot of work.
All right, so let's just go over the names of what we have here, and hopefully this will be the case. Heat 2, we got Ezra Strickler from Notre Dame. Lane 2, Aaron Stutzman from Ridgewoods. I'm saying the right names, right?
That's what I see.
Lane 3, Nathan Goulet from Champaign Central. Lane 4, Vish Srikanth from Normal Community. Lane 5, Noah Goyen from Centennial. Lane 6, Alec Collins from Normal West. Lane 7, Al-Sarif Mohammed from Champaign Central. And Lane 8, Alan Antonio from Urbana. Those are the names up on the board.
You nailed it. We're all on the
we're
same
pretty
page.
good.
Yeah. We're right, they're right, and the boys are swimming well and taking the early lead or at the first turn from lane 3. That's Nathan Goulet from Central. Looks like he's going to close with a victory.
Well, they
winner.
Still have some time to go, though.
You're right.
I'm have to do
50.
another. You have to do
I saw the 50 in my
another
head.
50.
I think I'm calling it. I think he's still going to win.
Okay, all right. I think that's going to happen. We got a log jam here for second place, though. Lane 2, Aaron Stutzman. Lane 4, Vish Srikanth from Normal Community is right there. Looks like lane 6 is doing a good job. Alec Collins from Normal West might be pulling away from everyone to get second place. What if he gets first place?
I think he's going to.
And that is correct. Alec Collins, he heard you.
Yeah.
Said, what, you counting me out?
Yeah.
Came back for a solid win, 108.98 for Alec Collins from Normal West. Takes that heat over Noah Goyen.
Maybe win. Maybe Noah win.
Pardon you?
You think maybe that's Noah win, maybe?
Noah win?
Maybe.
That could be.
Vish in third, 110.15.
Aaron Stutzman from Richwoods in fourth place. So that was heat 2.
Yep.
On to heat 3.
I'll try paying better attention this time and not try to research things at the same time we're trying to call a race. Heat 3 getting ready here. We've got lane 1, Damian Delgado. Lane 2, Parker Sarf. Lane 3, John Regal from Central. Lane 4 and 5, both West swimmers, Silas Horn and Alex Betts. Lane 6 and 7 are Centennial swimmers, Gio Peng and Jake. Lane 8 is empty.
Lane 6 looks like first to touch the wall. That would be...
So you're calling this as a 50.
Gio Peng Zhao, first to touch this first wall.
There you go.
And he is got a slight lead over lane 3, John Regal from Champaign Central. Lane 5, Alex Betts from West trying to take over lane 3, and it's gonna be lane.
He might
could
take
be
it
a
all.
normal West. Nope, he's not gonna quite get. Oh yeah, nope, he didn't. So
400.
Zhopeng Zhao from Centennial just out touches Alex Betts from Normal West by 0.04 of a second. John Regal from Champaign Central in third, and Silas Horn from Normal West in fourth place.
Your fastest times that heat from Zhao Peng was 102.64. Alex Betts, you mentioned, just 0.04 behind, 102.68. And the third fastest time of that heat was John Regal, 103.91.
Good solid 5-second drop.
Wow.
Heat 4, all right, lane 1, Espen Anderson from Champaign Central. Jack LaHood from Peoria Notre Dame. Lane 3, Tobias Tepper from Central. Lane 4, Nizar Althahan from Centennial. Lane 5, Finnegan Cochran from Champaign Central. Lane 6, Manas Malani from Normal Community. Lane 7, Abi Harikshanan from Normal Community. And lane 8, Landon Carroll from Richwoods. What do we got here?
Actually, lane 1, right outside your frame, might have had the early lead at the turn. That was Espen from Central. And indeed, at the first turn, at the feet, Espen 28.31 with the early lead, followed by Finnegan, Manas, and Abi.
Good solid race, all within a couple tenths of a second.
Again, outside your frame, we apologize, but your outside smoke's going to be lane 1 as he pops back into your frame. Espen Anderson from Central, looking strong.
Looking like lane 6, Manas Milan from Normal Community is trying to catch up with him and won't quite get there. He'll get second place. It looks like lane 5 is Finnegan Cochran from Central. Manas Milani he did get second.
It's tough to read the scoreboard.
I feel like it changed.
It did change, just as you were talking. But
a split of 0 seconds for the second 50 was really good. That helped him a lot and propelled him to second place.
Scoreboard's updated. What didn't change is Espen took the heat in 59.12. You mentioned Manas, he was 59.71.
No one was under a minute in their seed time. In fact, the lowest seed time before was 102.19. So
wow,
solid. Well done, swimmers.
More JV swimmers setting personal best to end their season, so that's awesome.
Love watching it. I'm here for it.
We're into the final heat, the fifth and final heat. Center of the pool is Talon Cunningham from Community with the fastest seed time of 53.38. But the entire field, lane 1, Odin Cochran from Central. Lane 2, Matthew Yim from Central. Lane 3, Vincent Billsbury from Central. Pair of community swimmers in the middle, Talon Cunningham and Dhruv Joshi in lanes 4 and 5. Lane 6 and 7, a pair of Central swimmers, Logan Stortzman and Seth Wilson. And finally in lane 8, Mahir from Normal Community on the outside. What do we got, Tim?
Talon Cunningham first to touch at 25.49. Vincent Billsbury second, and Dhruv Joshi third. And that's pretty much how we have it at the 75 point. Although it is looking like it looks like Talon Cunningham is going to take this race. And it looks like Vincent Billsbury in second, Dhruv Joshi in third, Logan Stortzman from Champaign Central in fourth, Matthew Yim from Champaign Central in fifth.
That was our
solid race.
Yeah, that was our last JV heat. If my memory serves, that's a second JV title for Talon Cunningham from Community. So
well done, Talon.
Yeah,
We're on to the varsity. We're going to quickly put up the team leaderboard just so you can see. Champaign Central has a 1-point lead. This is after the 50-yard free. 108 versus 107. Normal West in third. Urbana in fourth. Centennial in fifth. Richwoods, Notre Dame, Bloomington, and the Peoria Co-op. So
100-yard freestyle. We've got 2 varsity heats. Let's see, lane 1.
I'll take this one because Cooper's swimming in the next heat. Braden Nossinger from Bloomington High School in lane 1. Paxton Holmes in lane 2. From Richwoods, Nathaniel Kim in from Centennial in lane 3. Lane 4, Braden Cotter from Notre Dame. Lane 5, Lincoln Hortzman, Richwoods. Lane 6, Gus Rund, Urbana. Lane 7, Preston Downing, Urbana. And lane 8, Jose Martinez from Peoria.
Not surprising, it's the middle of the pool battling it out. That looks to me like both Brandon and Lincoln from Peoria, Notre Dame, and Richwoods working hard to win the first heat of the 100-yard freestyle.
Yeah, they're battling it out. It looks like it's going to be lane 5, Lincoln Hortzman from Richwoods. Time of 55.11, 0.6 seconds ahead of Braden Cotter.
That's looks like a season best for Lincoln, that 55.11. So congratulations to Lincoln.
Nice job. Gus Rund in 3rd place. Paxton Holmes from Richwoods in 4th. Preston Downing in 5th place. Braden Knopfsinger from Bloomington in 6th place. We had a no-show in lane 4. Was that correct?
Yeah, I didn't see lane 3 maybe.
Lane 3, Nathaniel Kim, yes.
Yep. All right, the second and final heat of the varsity 100-yard freestyle. This is going to be a lot of fun. There's 2 exceptional swimmers in this heat. Let's set the table first. Lane 1, Mitchell Goddard from the Irish. Lane 2, Titus Lee from Central. Lane 3, Troy Retkamp from Community. His teammate beside him, Wade Pyle, which I don't know that Wade's lost a race yet this year, in lane 4. Cooper Franz, Normal West, in lane 5. Jonathan Freeberg from Central in lane 6. Hoyt Carter from West in lane 7. And rounding out the field from Centennial, Caden Sy in lane 8.
So that time for Cooper was a race that everyone, including his coaches, were like, where did that come from? So it'll be interesting to see if he can kind of match that intensity.
But no surprise at the first turn, Wade Pyle with a slight lead over Cooper. Wade has had some exceptional 100-yard freestyle swims this season.
Yeah, it just doesn't even look like he's trying that hard. It's just such a good, solid stroke. So Cooper can stay within a body length of him. That's a win for Cooper. So Wade obviously went first, touched first. He's kind of starting to pull away from Cooper. He's going to swim this in 45.78. Cooper in 47.76, added a little time. Jonathan Freeberg in 3rd with the 50.74. Troy Reckamp 51.71 in 4th. So solid race by Wade Pyle. That was just off his best.
That's what I was going to say, about 2/10 off of his high school season best. He has gone a little faster outside of the high school season.
I believe we have a record there.
I missed the announcement, and I'm trying to look at the record board, which is a little hard to see from my angle.
The pool record was 45.98.
That is correct. Previously held by Max Alexandrov from Centennial.
Yep.
But that is no longer. As congratulations to Wade Pyle. He sets another pool record, which we sound like a broken record.
Yeah, he's done that once or twice this year.
But his time officially, 45.78, will get his name on the board for all to see for a little while.
And now's where the fun begins. The 500-yard freestyle.
We'll have one JV race, or one JV heat, followed by a pair of varsity heats. As the counters get set on our end of the pool, we've got a full pool, actually. Lane 1 will be Augie Crank from the Irish. Lane 2, Henry Wilson from Central. Lane 3, Francis Steinbacher from Central. Bryce Hawk in the middle of the pool. Lane 4 from Community. Leo Retkamp, a freshman from Normal Community in Lane 5. Senior Ben Drake from Normal Community in Lane 6.
Go Ben.
Yeah, Matthew Chapman from Normal West in Lane 7. And in Lane 8, Gabriel Vasquez from Central. And they're almost done.
We haven't said Centennial or said we haven't screwed that up yet.
I had to catch myself once.
So but you caught yourself. So
For those that don't know, we have a sheet in front of us, and sometimes it says CENTE, and sometimes it says CENTR, and then it's different on the relays. So I always have to pause to make sure.
I think we're doing an outstanding job.
Yeah.
I'm just calling it right now. So we'll probably kind of go in and out of the 500 freestyle. We don't have to talk all the time. We will definitely come back when we have some more team results, and we'll throw them up there. I'm going to guess that Normal might have just taken the lead on that 100 free, but I can't remember who, because you had Wade won, and then Troy got third. So
we'll see if we have a sneak peek yet.
Now would probably be a good time to talk about the JV team results right now. And I know, obviously, Champaign Central is well in the lead for the team scores for the JV.
I do JV or varsity first? We got both now.
Let's wait until the graphic is updated for varsity.
Right on.
All right. So the JV, Champaign Central at 130, but not that far behind is Normal Community with a score of 109. So they're fairly close. They have Talon Cunningham, Drew Joshi had a couple good swims. Normal West is third with a score of 56 points. Urbana in fourth, just 5 points behind Normal West. Notre Dame in fifth. Richwoods in sixth, and Centennial in seventh. And actually, this is what's on here, I see, is the same as what we had shown them before. So
sometimes it's slow to refresh.
I think we should see it right here as it's. Oh, okay. I just got a message from the person that's working on the overlay saying no update since after the 50. So.
Well, I tell you what, we've talked so much. Looks to me like first JV hit is already half over for Bryce Houck, who is absolutely crushing his 500. He makes the turn at 2:43.73, and I believe he's halfway home.
I tell you what, they're going to make it kind of interesting in the JV, where we thought that Central is just going to come away with it. Normal Community has some pretty solid swimmers swimming at the JV level today, and it's probably going to pay dividends. They've got a shot at winning. Yeah,
Bryce is an excellent 500 swimmer. On many other schools, he might be swimming next in the varsity. He's unfortunately stuck behind Ethan and Lane, who are both seated pretty highly in the varsity
And what
race.
year is Bryce?
Bryce is a sophomore.
Okay, so he's got some time. Ethan, obviously a senior, so he could very well be in the varsity race next year.
But many other schools, you'd see Bryce perhaps in one of the next two heats.
Well, at Normal West, he would be.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Trying to figure out, I was paying too much attention to prepping the next heat, but trying to figure out who might be in second here. And I want to say it's Henry Wilson down here in lane 2. Or Leo Reckcamp in lane 5.
Yeah, it says Leo.
They're about
and
quarter second
Henry
apart.
are, they're right there.
Which is, as you know, nothing in this 500. But it looks to me like Bryce is going to hit the wall here with only 100 to go with the easy victory here. Turned to 33.3 that last 50, so Bryce is having an exceptional swim. I love Bryce's turnover. Look how fast his turnover is, even for a 500.
Yeah, I mean, he looks as strong right now as he did when he got off the blocks. So, a fun little story. Cooper Franz got like 10th in state when he was 10, maybe, in the 500. And he only did flip turns every other wall. When he went down, he would flip, but then when he got back to the blocks, he wouldn't flip and he would just push off the wall. It's like crazy.
Good memories, right?
I don't think you catch him doing that now. Looks like Bryce is going to catch up with someone.
Yeah, full lap.
He finishes his final. He's looking like he's probably going to be at about a 5:30.
That could be a best time for Bryce. I believe his seed time
5:28.77 for Bryce
just
Houck.
off his seed time, but an exceptional swim for Bryce. Congratulations.
Well done.
He looks both tired and happy down there. For what it's worth, some good points that he contributed there to Normal Community's JV team.
Yep, well, as is Leo Reckamp here. Looks like he's going to get third place. Second place, Champaign Central's Henry Wilson.
Yep. 5:52.01 for Henry. You mentioned Leo. He went 5:55.21, which is, I believe, the first time Leo's ever been under 6 minutes. Congratulations, Leo. Fourth to the wall was Francis from Central, 6:06.01. Ben Drake with his last 500 of his career. Congratulations, Ben, with a 6:12.25. And we got a few more swimmers wrapping up in lanes 1, 7, and 8. I don't know about you, Tim, but I find the 500 pretty exciting, and I may be biased, but what's also exciting is the top 3 swimmers from last year's conference championship are all back this year in the final heat.
That does make it more interesting, no doubt.
Yeah.
And you are biased, and that's understandable because as humans, we are biased. I love the IM because that's one of Cooper's favorite races.
Right on.
It's all right to be biased. The important thing, like you have done such a great job, is you're as excited about the other races as you are about the 500. So
hopefully we give every one of these swimmers something to watch down the road, and maybe even show their kids the grainy footage of when they swam in high school. Wrapping up that heat, Matthew Chapman finished 6th in a 6:54.03. Augie Crank from Notre Dame, 7:19.30, a PR for Augie, or at least on this season. And in lane 8 was Gabrielle rounding out the field, and I show a 30-second PR for Gabrielle, so congratulations to him. We pivot now to the varsity 500-yard freestyle. Just a few, not quite a full heat here.
I'll go ahead and take this. Or no, you take it, so I take the next one.
You like alternating?
Yep. Well, you're going to be able to watch Ethan the whole race next time. So
super. So let's see. We got 6 swimmers in this heat. We'll start with Andrew Dam from the Irish in lane 2. Kellen Franken from Richwoods in lane 3. Bloomington's Colin Skate in lane 4. Skeet, thank you. Appreciate it. A pair of swimmers from Urbana in 5 and 6, James York and Marcus Campos. And in lane 7, rounding out the field, Richwood's Bridger Brinkmeyer.
And we're just going to do a quick look at the varsity team scores, but I don't want to take over too much of the time for these 500 swimmers. Champaign Central now has a 5-point lead, so do they count 3 swimmers? No, you can only do 2, so not sure how that worked. I guess the 100 fly, you have Guerin. I forgot about the 100 fly, so this does not include the 100 free yet.
Okay.
136 points for Champaign Central, and Normal Community only 5 points back. So let's keep watching the 500 free.
Tell you what, Tim, this meet could come down to the last event, that 400 free relay, to decide who takes the conference championship, and that would be pretty exciting.
That would be.
Looking back at the pool and who's swimming right now, though, looks to me like it's lane 5's James York with the early lead over Colin Skeet. Colin, thank you.
Lane 4, just a freshman. James York is a heat swimmer, I believe. Looking like lane 3, Kellen Franken from Richwoods is in 3rd right now. James York has about a 1 second lead on Colin. Colin's hanging there, doing a good job. Kind of side by side.
Tim, last week during one of the early heats of the 500, we were sharing stories, or I should say during Intercity last week, we were sharing some stories about 500, and you shared a funny story about Project 21. Why don't you share what maybe recap that and share what happened after we got home that day.
So I don't know if the Starkeys are watching. They're a well-known swim family. Alexa Starkey swam for Illinois Wesleyan. Ava Starkey was a swimmer, chose not to swim that much in high school because she was a really good cross-country runner, and Aiden Starkey swam for Normal West as well. But one time during, this was a long time, maybe 8 years old when Cooper was, and Alexa was doing the counter, and for lap 11, she accidentally put 21. So we would always just say checkpoint 21 was just a saying, and Cooper would make some signs and put it up in Alexa's locker because I'm a teacher at Normal West. And so Michelle sent me a picture of Alexa outside her locker with her checkpoint 21 sign on it. And it kind of just made me realize, and I kind of mentioned to you, how important swimming is to these people and how many cool memories they make without even thinking about it. Kind of one of my favorite quotes is, it's an irony that it's not necessarily the goal that you remember. It's the things you do along the way that you remember the most. So that was a really small thing. It probably didn't seem like that much. I still remember it and will probably always remember it, as does Cooper. So
That's fun. Back on the pool today, Colin from Bloomington having a very impressive swim so far.
Yeah, he took
got
over.
A good half-length lead.
Yeah, that escalated in a hurry.
I would reckon his 6:01 seat time is in jeopardy, and wouldn't that be awesome?
His parents not too far from us, first people on the bleachers there. Josie Skeet swam with Cooper during the summer a while ago. She swims for Bloomington. And then their older daughter as well was a really solid swimmer for Bloomington. I believe also swam at the collegiate level. He's looking strong coming into
2 more strong 50s, and he might get under 6 minutes for the first time this season.
Kellen Franken from Richwoods has taken over the second spot. James York is now in third. As Colin passes him on the way back. He's got to touch the wall, and then he's got 50 more to go. He's going to hear the bell here pretty soon. Probably the best sound for a 500 swimmer, I would imagine, when you hear that in your ear.
Absolutely. 5:25 flat at the last turn. He's going to have to turn in a 35 after a 37 that 50 in order to sneak in under 6. I wouldn't put it past him.
And his seat time was 6:01:02, so
it's going to be darn close.
He's going to be right at it. Let's get some kick going here. That's a lot of kick for right after the end of a 500. Come on, Colin. Come on, he's got it.
He's going to do it.
Yep, 5:58.65. Well done, Colin Skeet.
Coach Adam with a big smile on his face down here.
I love those benchmarks when you hit under a certain number that you've been wanting to swim at for the longest time.
Absolutely.
Kellen Franken from Richwoods takes second with 6:11.68. Third place, just right behind him, was James York from Urbana. In fourth place, Marcus Campos from Urbana. In fifth place, Andrew Dam from PND. And in sixth place, Bridger Brinkmeyer from Richwoods. All right, are you ready?
I'm
excited.
excited.
Are you pretty excited? All right, well, let's call them out here. This is the final heat of the 500-yard freestyle. Lane 1 is Josh Bierbaum from Normal West. Lane 2, Lane Wills, who had a strong showing in the inner city.
Sure did.
From Normal Community. Josh Sunkel in Lane 3 from Normal West. Tyler Kappa, really strong sophomore swimmer from Champaign Central. Seed time of 5:02.21. That's the top seed time. Ethan Arndt from Normal Community, senior. Anderson Williams from Champaign Central in Lane 6. Colin Jenkins from Centennial in Lane 7. and Teddy Showalter from Peoria and Notre Dame in lane 8. Let's have a good race.
I mentioned this before, but your top 3 swimmers from last year's conference meet are all back and all in the middle of the pool. So last
and
year,
what was the result?
Yeah, last year Josh Sunkel went 5:07.72 to take the conference championship. Ethan was, I believe, less than a second behind, and Tyler Kappa finished 3rd last year. But it's
As
Tyler,
a freshman.
Yeah, but it's Tyler who comes in swimming I would say the best of the 3 this year. Comes in with a 5:02 seed time, 5:05 for Ethan, 5:07 for Josh. So this is Tyler's opportunity to avenge his 3rd place finish last year.
All right. I got some problems in lane 3 with some of the equipment. Sam Grogine is the counter for Ethan. Does that make you nervous at all? Or is that correct? Is he in Ethan in lane 5?
He sure is.
Yep.
No, Sam's a good counter. We could tell funny stories, too. I think earlier this year he was counting for Lane, and the counter broke and landed on the bottom of the pool.
Well, Sam's pretty strong, so that could be part of the issue.
But one of the numbers fell off, so they had a little fun. I don't think Lane was too happy because Lane ended up doing a 550 that day.
Ooh.
In the outside lane at Community.
I don't see a 550 in Lane's future today. Maybe a 450.
I meant he did. Let me rephrase that. He did 550 yards instead of 500 yards.
550. So he didn't. His time wasn't 550.
He got to do an extra 50.
Got it.
But that delay.
That 550 could have worked for either one. All right, we're ready to go.
Josh in lane 3, Tyler in lane 4, Ethan in lane 5. All out in front here. And even lane 6, I'd say.
Yeah, lane 6, Anderson Williams, a pretty strong first 50. He's going to touch first, it looks like. But Tyler Kappa just looks like he's very comfortable in the water right now.
I have a feeling Tyler's going to be tough to keep up with today.
Agreed, unless Anderson Williams just decides he's going to swim that way the whole time.
Wouldn't that be something? I don't think that'd be great for their team standings.
Yes, it would.
Lane down here in lane 2, maybe sitting 3rd or 4th at the moment. Yep, Lane is 4th at the moment in a 56.7. Anderson leading the way, 54.89 at the 100 mark. Tyler, 55.43. Top 5 swimmers seem to be distancing themselves from the field at this point. All lanes 2 through 6 there. But
I'm looking up Anderson Williams in Swim Cloud.
Yeah. And
do not see him. It's a name that I'm not familiar with.
5:07.91 is his seed time. That's no joke, right?
No, that's really good.
We don't have too much background on some of these boys, so we don't know where that time came in at. But it's Tyler now taking over the lead, 155.65 at the 200 mark, followed by Anderson, Josh, Lane, and Ethan. Those last 3, Lane, Josh, and Ethan, dare I say stroke for stroke as they come into this turn.
Yep.
But whatever
this could be really big for the team results.
Whatever Central had for breakfast, yeah.
Yeah, if Champaign ends up being 1-2 in this race.
Ethan pulls into 4th there, right behind Josh. Of course, Tyler and Anderson both at 31 and change for their last 50, lead the way. As we reach the 300 mark, no surprise, it's Tyler Kappa in the lead, 257.63. Anderson, 259.68. Josh 3:02, Ethan 3:03, and Lane 3:03.
Only a half-second difference between Josh and Ethan, but the two Central swimmers are definitely, they continue to look strong. Again, I should feel like I should know Anderson Williams because I know most of the heat swimmers, but that is a name that I don't recognize. So
you will recognize it now.
Yeah, I do now recognize it.
Yeah. So no change here as we approach the 400 mark.
I don't know if you know anything about math, but that means after they hit the wall here, they've got 100 left.
You should teach math.
Yes, well, accounting, it's about as close as I get.
Tyler 4:01 at his 400, Anderson 4:03, Josh 4:05, Ethan 4:06, and Lane 4:08 with 100 to go, 4 lengths.
Josh looks like he's closing in on Anderson a little bit.
Now
depends on how much they've got left.
You start to see the
tank.
turnover pick up, right? The kick pick up in intensity as they empty the tank for the last 50 here. But it's Tyler taking the bell.
4:32. Going to be tough to be sub 5 minutes. Probably going to be right around 5, maybe 5:01. Josh is trying to catch up. Doesn't quite look like he's going to get it unless he's got a strong sprint, and it does not look like that's going to be the case. But it looks like Josh Sunkel's going to get third.
Yep.
Anderson Williams is going to get second. Ethan Arndt rounding that out. So, again, Champaign Central takes 1-2.
Big points.
And the 500 free varsity. Normal community takes 4-5. So that's a pretty big point differential.
Yeah, we should see Central in the lead over community the next time the team scores come up. For those following times at home, Tyler was 5:02.6 officially, Anderson 5:05.68. Josh, congratulations to Josh, senior, 5:06.63. Ethan 5:08.23. Lane 5:12 flat. And Colin Jenkins 5:31.54. Josh Bierbaum, senior, right?
Josh is a junior.
Junior, thank you. 5:34.67.
Nice 6-second drop there for Josh.
Nice. And Teddy, 5:50.92 rounds out that heat.
And we are moving on to the 200 freestyle relay. This is also one of those fun events, although some of it has to do with who's swimming it and whether they're stacking the 2 or the 4 free relay.
That's right, because most commonly, most of these boys will do 2 individual events and 2 relays. So usually you'll line up 2 of those 3 relays to be your best on the day.
That is correct.
And they don't tell us which ones.
No, we don't find out until they're on the blocks typically. Hope everyone is enjoying the broadcast. We're about 2/3 of the way through. We've got the 200 free relay. We have the 100 backstroke and the 100 breast. And then we have the 400 free relay. So it is 1:09. We are 2 hours in to our meet. I'm hungry. I'm ready for lunch.
I was going to say, no wonder my mouth is dry.
All right, I'm going to be out for just a second.
Impressively, Bryce is 500 time 5:28 in the JV heat. Would have finished him, if my math is right, 6th place in the varsity side. So congratulations to Bryce. Just stuck behind 2 fast swimmers at community there. Here we go with the next event. Event 17, the boys 200-yard freestyle relay. We have 2 JV heats in heat 1 of 2, lane 2. Normal West, lane 3, Central. Lane 4 is Richwoods. Lane 5 is Urbana. Lane 6, Richwoods B. And in lane 7, another Central relay. The fastest seed time in this first heat of 2 belongs to Richwoods. In lane 4, they come in sporting a 1:58.41. Of course, it doesn't mean that these exact 4 swimmers swam this. It might mean this is their AJV relay. Maybe they swam a different combination to achieve that time. We'll roll the dice. We were given 4 names, and it's possible if they were given to us in order, that's Avery Pfeiffer in the water and handing off to Paula Gordon there for Richwoods. And I hear some go Pauls on the pool deck. So indeed, that is Paula Gordon leading the way in lane 4 for Richwoods. And that might be Kellen Franken on the block, the 4th and final swimmer. (1:27.07) as they hand it off to the last swimmer. And I do hear some go Kellens from the pool deck. So that is indeed Kellen Franken, go Kellen, as he's finishing off this 200 freestyle relay for Richwoods. And they're going to easily come in under their seed time. They're going to touch the wall in 1:55.52. Looks like the next team to touch is going to be lane 5. That's Urbana. They're going to touch in a 2:09.84. Lane 6 is next in Richwoods. Congratulations, Richwoods. Central closing out their 200 freestyle relay as Normal West approaches the wall, and Ethan anchoring that relay. Congratulations to our first heat of JV 200-yard freestyle relay swimmers. We're going to jump to heat 2 now. In heat 2, we have 8 teams swimming. In lane 1 is Normal Communities B relay. Lane 2 is Centennials A relay. Lane 3 is Central's B relay. Lane 4 is Communities A JV relay. Lane 5 is Central A. Lane 6, Normal West A. Lane 7, Central C. And in lane 8, Peoria Notre Dame A.
Valuable team points available here for the JV standings. Not sure what they're at yet. It looks like the 100 fly has not been, or 100 free.
All right. The last JV results I saw had Central in the lead, followed by Community. So Central looking to...
Just got a message that the scores have now been updated. And it looks like they have through the 100 free. So you want to take a quick look at that?
Let's do that while the officials pull together the lineup cards.
Kind of an exciting looking leaderboard, although remember this is before the 500 free. Champaign Central and Normal Community both tied at 158.
Wow.
Now we just witnessed obviously Champaign Central going 1-2 in the 500 free. And Normal Community going 4 and 5, so that's obviously going to change those results. Normal Community Normal West is a solid 3rd place. Peoria Richwoods in 4th place. Urbana in 5th place. Only 2 points separate them, and then 2 points from Champaign Centennial. So you have 3 teams that could get 4th, 5th, or 6th. So,
like you said, in the 500. You had Central swimmers finishing 1-2. That's valuable 29 points. And the community swimmers finished 3-5 for 22 points. So a big lead, I'd say. 7 points is a strong lead.
Although this relay here, especially if Normal Community gets first and Central gets third, potentially if West gets second. I'm not sure how the relays are stacked, but I think I see Cooper on the blocks there. Not 100% certain, to be honest.
They'll be coming up in 3 heats. We still got
correct.
one more JV and 2 varsity for those following along.
Speaking of junior varsity, Champaign Central still has a lead on Normal Community, 178 to 165.
Wow, that's close.
Normal West next closest at 77. So clearly Champaign Central and Normal Community have the deeper swim teams. Obviously Normal Community has 500 to 600 more students than Normal West does, so that certainly can help. The larger school enrollment can sometimes equate into having more bodies, more people swimming, deeper teams.
Yeah, we talked about this at the top of the broadcast. Central has been the bridesmaid 3 years in a row. They finished second for the last 3 years. Community winning in 23 and 24, West in 25. So no doubt they've got that on their mind that they'd like to win this thing today. We're going to jump back now to the JV 200-yard freestyle relay. Second heat of 2.
It's like lane 5 is coming out pretty hot. That's Central.
It could be Vincent Billsbury down there, if our notes are accurate. If it's not, we apologize to those watching at home.
I think that might have been Dean Merrick.
Okay.
Nope, this is Dean.
Yep.
Definitely got a strong lead over another Champaign Central team. And then looking like Normal West and Normal Community are battling for...
It might be Mahir down there for Community in the middle of the pool. And it might be handing off to Oliver. No, it might be Mason. Looks like Mason. Nope, that's Bryce in his familiar 500 swim for Normal Community. I apologize. What a fun double. Swim the 500, then jump in and race a 50, right? But coming home after the final turn, it's going to be lane 5. Champaign Central's A team. Looks like anchored by Logan Stortzman is going to finish.
Looks like Normal Community taking over second place there.
Yeah.
Strong finish by Normal Community. Central goes 3-4. West goes 5. Centennial in 6th place. Normal Community B team in 7th, and PND in 8th place. And we are on to the varsity 200 freestyle relay. We have 3 teams. Lane 1 is the Peoria Co-op, also called the Rams. Lane 3, the Notre Dame Irish, and lane 4, Urbana.
There'll be 2 heats here. We'll have a little time before we get going as the officials collect lineup cards from each team. Seated first will be Normal Community. They finished second in this event last year. It was Central taking the crown last year, 132.02. I see some strong swimmers back there for Normal Community. Safe to say they're looking to win this.
And I am seeing Hoyt Carter, first swimmer for Normal West, and then Pearson.
Oh, wow, so this should be a good race.
And then Is that Jackson? I just don't see Cooper anywhere.
For community, I see Sam Grogine, Talon Cunningham, Troy Rettkamp, and Nolan Pyle, I believe. But in the water now, you mentioned we got 3 teams, the Rams, the Irish, and Urbana in this first heat of 2.
Looks like the Irish take the initial first 25 lead, which doesn't mean anything, as we saw there for normal community in the last JV heat, coming back from a little bit of deficit. At one point they were 4th and ended up in 2nd. So
looks like the Irish in the early lead. That might have been Miles handing off to Renee Delgado in the pool right now, followed closely by Urbana's Preston Downing.
Again, we're just guessing on those names, so we apologize if they are wrong.
Yeah, they have the liberty to switch them right up until they're standing behind the block, which is why the official comes through and collects the final order, the final set of names. But it's still lane 3s. Peoria Notre Dame Irish in the lead. Brandon Cotter, it appears, is in the water. Perhaps anchoring and taking the win for this heat for Peoria Notre Dame, Mitchell Goddard, closing out their relay in a time of 1:40.31.
It's a good swim.
I would say so.
A couple seconds off their swim time, seat time, but seat times in relays are a little tricky.
Misleading, yeah.
Urbana in 2nd place, time of 1:54.60.
And we've got a swimmer in lane 1 finishing up for the Rams. While lane 1 finishes up, both Tim and I get a drink of water so we can sound a little better to call this 200 freestyle. Big Tim, 32 team points up for grabs for winning this. This is important.
Yes, it is. And, seed times, normal community is 8 seconds ahead of Champaign Central. Kind of couldn't see who the normal West, so it looks like Cooper might actually be starting off the relay.
He'll be starting right next to Nolan Pyle, it looks like, for community. Okay.
I can't see. Sorry.
We're at the wrong end, aren't we?
Yeah. We're at the wrong end. So it looks like in lane 2 is Richwoods. Lane 3, Champaign Central. Lane 4, normal community. Lane 5, normal West. Lane 6, Centennial. Lane 7, Bloomington High School.
Tim, obviously we represent normal community and normal West, so we'll do a better job with those names, but we apologize to others if we can't catch all the other names because we don't have them, but we will do our best. You got some team scores to look at real quickly before.
Yeah, let's take a look. Champaign Central, after the strength of their 500 free, has an 8-point lead now on normal community and a 57-point lead on normal West. Champaign Centennial in 4th, Richwoods in 5th, Urbana in 6th. This is an important race right here.
Yeah, like we said, 32 points up for grabs for winning it. I believe it's down to 26 for finishing 2nd, so this could easily swing the team score standings after this event.
It looks like for West, I'm pretty sure that's Hoyt Carter that's starting it off. And it's a ways away, but it does not look like Cooper or Pearson are in that, or Josh Sunkel. So
We've got the officials chatting with the Notre Dame coach right now, so perhaps cleaning something up from the last heat. So it'll be a short delay here before we get this going. Looks like the officials are getting things in order here. Nope, we're just now collecting cards. Looks like Nolan Pyle will be leading off for community.
I feel like that's Titus Lee in the second leg for Central.
Okay.
But I don't know all their swimmers, so.
Central, I've got, they slotted 5, so 4 of these 5 boys will be in here. Alex Duran, Titus Lee, Anderson Williams, who we saw earlier, Tyler Kappa, who we've seen a few times, and Vincent Billsbury. So a collection of 4 of those 5 will be in the water in lane 3 for Central. Did we read off the lanes yet? I don't remember.
I did.
Perfect.
But I'll do it again. Richwoods in lane 2, Champaign Central in lane 3, Normal Community in lane 4, Normal West in lane 5, Centennial in lane 6, and Bloomington in lane 7. And you said, who is this, Nolan starting?
It looked like Nolan Pyle to me, leading off and leading this race at the first turn for Normal Community in lane 4.
A very strong start.
And a strong swim from Richwoods in lane 2. Perhaps that's Paxton Dixon.
Lane 6 Centennial off to a pretty good start as well. Normal Community, a pretty strong lead.
Looks like Troy Rettkamp in the water for Community. Center of the pool, still Normal Community, is going to hand off. Their third swimmer is Sam Grosjean. Troy split a 23-1-6.
Got a solid start there by Sam Grosjean off the blocks in a hurry. Power swimmer, really good 50 swimmer.
Strong breaststroker. We'll see him coming up soon in the 100 breast. But look what's going on in lane 3. Central obviously knows what's on the line.
But you're not catching up with Wade Pyle most likely. So is this not Wade Pyle?
Nope,
Okay.
that's Talon Cunningham in the water for Community. Talon, after a couple impressive JV swims today, is going to step up and anchor a victory for the Normal Community Ironman in lane 4 with
important points. Centennial in 3rd place, Richwoods in 4th place, Normal West in 5th, and Bloomington in 6th place. We're going to take a break again, I believe, about a 10-minute break.
Yeah, the next time we come back, we'll have some updated team standings, and if my math is correct, Community you might see a change on the top of the leaderboard. It will be, they were down 7, I think, going into that.
Those results after the 500-yard free, so yeah, it's
so stay tuned. We'll have updated team standings in about 15 minutes. Enjoy watching the kids cool down and warm up for a little while.
That's always my favorite part.
Yeah, right on. Let's get a break. as we come back on here following the break after the 200-yard medley relay. We're getting ready to start
Next year will be
the 100-yard backstroke.
Yep. You can leave it for a little bit.
This is heat 1 of 2, the boys 100-yard backstroke JV edition. We got 3 swimmers. Lane 3 is David Scheiman from Richwoods. Lane 4 is Oscar Tompkin from Urbana. And lane 5, Andrew Lagocki from
Lagaki. I don't know. I'm just
I believe
like
you.
I know.
I believe you. We're in the home stretch, Tim.
Yes, only 2 more individual events, and then our relay. Doesn't look like our team scores have been updated after the relay. Must be some type of issue. Maybe they're trying to give 100 points to Normal West so they can be in the lead. So Andrew Lagaki, 38.41 was his first split, his first 50 of the 100-yard back. Lagaki from Richwoods High School. Looks like he is going to take heat 1 of 2 of the Junior Varsity 100 backstroke with a time of 1:17.28. Another Richwood swimmer, David Shimon. How do you pronounce it?
David. That's how I pronounce it.
Yeah. D-A-V-I-D. Very good. Time of 1:34.24. That's a nice 8.5 second drop. We're on to heat 2 of the 100-yard backstroke junior varsity event. Ace Hopkins in lane 1 from Champaign Central. Leo Reckamp from Normal Community. Peter Coventry from Champaign Central in lane 3. Victor Perez from Central in lane 4. Seth Wilson in lane 5. Espen Anderson, heard that name before. Yep. Both of those last 2 are from Champaign Central. Trehan Matsumoto from Richwoods is in lane 7, and Maddox Schweitzer from Normal West in lane 8.
A lot of Central swimmers again.
Yep, a lot of white caps with the big C.
At the first turn, looks to me like Seth is in the lead, 33-14. Yep. Leo Reckamp, a freshman from Community, 33-17, and Victor Perez, Central, 33-59. Your fastest 3.
Good split there by Leo. 1:10 is his seed time. So one thing about the backstroke is the splits they're closer to each other because you're not having to dive off of the blocks. So it is looking like lane 4, Victor Perez, is going to take this with the time of 1:06.97. Leo Reckamp very close, 1:07.45. That's a nice 3-second drop for him. Third place was Seth Wilson from Champaign Central. Fourth place, Espen Anderson from Central. Fifth place, Peter Coventry from Central. So they got a lot of points there.
For the JV team scores, absolutely.
We are in heat 1 of the varsity. Bailey Cunningham in lane 2 from Richwoods. Joseph Rogie from Bloomington, he's in lane 3. Titus Lee from Champaign Central in lane 4. Red Aikman from Centennial in lane 5. Renee Galgado from the Irish in lane 6. Reeve Galfie from Bloomington in lane 7. And Dane Nichols from the Peoria Co-op in lane 8.
This is the first of 2 heats in the 100-yard backstroke varsity edition. As we hit the home stretch of today's meet.
Lane 4, Titus Lee, the first one to hit the wall. Again, can get some valuable points there. Normal Community has 2 swimmers in the first event, but if Titus Lee could surpass one of those, he could earn some valuable points. Titus Lee touching the wall first at the 75 mark, and looks like he's going to win this by a pretty decent amount. Lane 6, Rene Delgado. Red 5, Red Aikman from Centennial. Looks like he's going to take second place. Titus Lee, 102.59. Nice 3-second drop there. Third place, Joseph Rogi from Bloomington. Lane 4, Bailey Cunningham from Richwoods. But fifth place, Rene Delgado from PND, and sixth place, Reeve Galfie from Bloomington.
Tell you what, Tim, before they jump in the water, I think we've got updated team standings to the 2 free relay. You want to pop those up there real quick and let the viewers at home see how close this is at the top?
Holy cow, Champaign Central, a 2-point lead going in to the backstroke. Yep. Obviously cleared off of Normal West for quite a bit, so this race matters, no doubt about it. Especially since you got Nolan Pyle, the top seed, but you also have the pool record winner of Garen Barker in lane 3.
Yeah,
Cooper
Garen.
Franz in lane 5. He is kind of battling some sickness. Texted me earlier, said he's a little tired right now.
Last year's champion was Garen Barker. He went 53.11 last year. Cooper was second last year, but this year in lane 1.
Both of these guys also know that this is every point matters. So
lane 1, Miles Kentosh from the Irish. Lane 2, Jackson Tamara from West. Lane 3, the aforementioned Garen Barker from Central. Middle of the pool, top seeded Nolan Pyle from Community, 52.46. His seed time coming in, and he's got an early lead with Garen right now. Lane 5, Cooper Franz from West. Lane 6, Paxton Dixon from Richwoods. Lane 7, Drew Joshi from Community. And in lane 8, Sam Pankow from Urbana. And at the first turn, it's Nolan Pyle, 25.56, followed closely by Garen Barker, 25.65. And all 3 of these boys into the final turn are extremely close to him.
Yeah, I mean, they're right there. They're a little ahead of Cooper right now. Garen, another strong underwater. It looks like Garen's going to take this race. And I think Cooper might actually get second, potentially.
You called it. Garen Barker with the win at 52.42, followed by Cooper Franz, 52.74. Nolan Pyle, third, 52.89. 3 exceptional swims from those boys. That's going to vault Central.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fun race to watch right there. Obviously, from Normal Community standpoint, would have liked to have seen Nolan win that race, but Garen Barker has outstanding underwaters, and in 100, that can be very effective. So Cooper's got to be pretty darn happy with his race as well, dropping a little time. Nolan adding just a little, but still another solid race. That was a fun race to watch.
Absolutely, even with your kid in there. You were able to call that pretty cleanly. Nice work.
All right, so we're on to the breaststroke, which is the last individual event of the day. We're starting off with 2 heats for the junior varsity division. I should probably change this. Here we are on the breaststroke, so just change that. Don't know why that didn't. Oh, there we go. Just a little late. Sorry about that. All right, so in heat 1 for the breaststroke, we have Jude Hill in lane 2 from Richwoods. Jackson Leslie. His dad is a teacher at West. Great guy. Jackson Leslie from Normal West, lane 3. Landon Carroll, lane 4 from Richwoods. Lane 5, Flax Runkle from Champaign Central. And lane 6, William Allen from Richwoods.
Tim, looks like lane 4 with the early lead, Landon Carroll from Richwoods, followed closely by Jackson Leslie from West. At the first turn, Landon clocks a 42.67 and Jackson clocks a 43.92.
So crazy to watch really, really elite breaststrokers, because the best was 42.67 seconds for 50, and some of these breaststrokers can do it in the lower 50s. Not at high school, but it's a difficult stroke to be fast at. So looking like Richwood's Landon Carroll is going to take this heat at 1:30.96. Jackson Leslie from West, nice swim, Jackson, 1:33. That's a nice 9-second drop. Jackson Leslie came to swim today. Flax Runkle looked like he had a soft touch there, third place. So not really sure what his time was. It says 1:37.87, but I think it was a little faster than that. William Allen from Richwoods in 4th place, and Jude Hill from Richwoods in 5th place.
Following up on the varsity backstroke there, Central, if my math is correct, scored 9 more points than Community in that event on the backs of their victory, which should vault them up 11 over Community.
That breaststroke race is going to be an important race. And you do have Sam Grosjean, who is the top seed, but you have Jed Eltz sitting there at the 3 seed. So,
and you got Pearson Odlin there too. I think Pearson and Sam were your top 2 finishers last year. Pearson taking that win, but that's still a couple heats away. This is
like lane 5, Lark Runkle first hit the wall at the 25 mark.
Did we mention there's 6 Central swimmers in this heat?
That's been par for the course for the JV. Sprinkle in 1 West swimmer and 1 normal community swimmer.
Normal
Vihan.
West, yep. West Alex Betts and Community's Vihan. Round out the field with the 6 Central swimmers: Sam, Noah, Lark, Giovanni, Zach, and Keaton.
Looks like Lark Runkle and Noah Gwynn touched almost simultaneously. But Vihan is got some
Yeah, he does.
plans. I don't know if he can do it, though. I mean, it's looking like it's going to be lane 4, Noah Gwynn. Vihan gets in second, though, only 0.19 seconds away from Noah Gwynn, and Lark Runkle took third. Giovanni Ruggieri.
Yep, a couple notes
Central.
there. Vihan with a 4-second drop. So congratulations to Vihan. And it looks like Alex Betts, he dropped a full second. Sam Quirk dropped 3 seconds. A lot of time drops here. Congratulations to these boys.
Well done, gentlemen. All right, moving on to the varsity 100-yard breaststroke. Alex Rose from Peoria Co-op is in lane 1. Avery Pfeiffer from Richwoods in lane 2. John Baker from Peoria Notre Dame in lane 3. Lane 4 is Phoenix Gauvin from Richwoods. Lane 5, Colin Skeet, Bloomington, just a freshman. Lane 6, Evan Herbst from Normal West. And lane 7, Wesley Huang from Urbana.
We've got the last of the individual events. This is the last individual JV event of the day. I'm sorry. I got to keep up with my pages. This is the first varsity race. First heat of the varsity 100-yard breaststroke. Pardon me. My pen is not keeping up with my eyes.
It happens. It's looking like Phoenix Gavin, sorry, that's not an L, from Richwoods is going to be the first to hit the wall at 34.98. John Baker from Notre Dame just behind him. It's like Colin Skeet's making a little move here as we enter the 75 mark.
I would say so.
That was a solid third 25. Out of the water a little late, but he's got more power. He's going to take this race. Nice race by Colin Skeet, 115.20.
Wow.
The freshman takes heat 1.
That's a season best for Colin.
Phoenix Gavin from Richwoods second. John Baker from Notre Dame third. Evan Herbst from West in fourth place. Avery Pfeiffer from Richwoods in fifth place. Wesley Huang from Urbana in sixth place. And Alex Rose from Peoria High finishing up his race. He will finish in eighth place with a time of 152, sorry, 0.54.
As we finish up heat 1, we go into the final heat of the 100-yard breaststroke, and what a race this is going to be. We've got lane 1, Mason LeCamp for Community. Lane 2, Nathaniel Kim from Centennial. Lane 3, Jed Else from Central. Lane 4, Sam Grogi, Normal Community, your top seed. Lane 5, your second seed, Pearson Odland from Normal West. Lane 6, Ethan Jewett from Urbana. Lane 7, Jackson Arnold from Central. And finally, lane 8, Nathan Piercy from Centennial.
And any one of the middle three could win this race.
Yeah, last year's conference championship, Pearson Odland was your champion in 101.64, and Sam finished second. Definitely include Jed in the top 3 you were referring to?
Yes.
As potential for winning this race.
Yep.
It should be very fun and very important for the team standings between Normal and Central.
Agreed. I guess Sam was also dealing with a little bit of sickness earlier on this week. That can definitely take its toll in an event like this that uses really strong legs in a high energy swim. So let's see what we got here.
I'm watching Jed, Sam, and Pearson. This should be a very, very competitive race.
Jed first out of the water. Looks like, it's Jed and Pearson.
You want to call that?
Probably touched at the same exact time. Sam was a little later. Pearson pulling away a little bit here.
Pearson looking very strong coming into the first 50. He's going to clock a 27.96. Wow. Jed 28.33 in third. Sam 28.42. And it's Pearson pulling away on this third 50, doing what he did last year at the conference championship.
Looking. Sam starting to come back, though. I think Sam took Jed there. It's just a good pull out and how much strength you have. I do not think that Sam is going to be able to pull this victory, but I do believe he's going to get Jed, although it depends on how they touch. Oh, boy.
Yep, so it was Pearson taking the win, 10060. Congratulations to Pearson, going back-to-back conference champion. Second place was Jed, as you mentioned, 101.28. Sam rounds out the podium in 101.51. Excuse me, Ethan Jewett was fourth from Urbana, 105.24, and Jackson Arnold from Central, 109.85.
That's That's tough for normal community, and
Yeah.
that is such a small amount. It's when your arms come forward at the very end, and it looked like at the 75 wall, Sam had took over Jed. Pullouts were fine. Just didn't quite touch at the time he needed to touch. So
that's going to pad Central's lead as they go into the final event. It's going to make it's going to make them tough to catch.
yeah, I'm not sure of the math. Part of that also has to do with the difference if normal West can get second in the 400 relay and push Central to third. I don't know what that means. I've not seen an update yet on the team scores. We're kind of waiting for those. Team scores have still only been updated through the 500 free.
If my math is correct, to the backstroke, Central would have an 11-point lead if and when they get updated.
And what is the difference between first and third on the relay?
Well, we still got to add the breaststroke in. I'm doing that math right now, but first and third is a difference of 8 points only. So like I said, this is Central's in the driver's seat.
Yes. Well, some could say they're due because they have gotten second place for 3 years in a row.
Yep.
But I'm sure normal community would love the opportunity to win another title, and they do have a very strong senior class. Next year is going to be a little more difficult. So. All right, so we have the 400 free relay. We have junior varsity 2 heats, and lane 2 is Richwoods, and lane 4 is Peoria Notre Dame, and lane 5 is Centennial, and lane 6 Champaign Central, lane 7 Normal West.
Last event, Tim, we made it.
We're going to pop up the team results just real quick. This shows after the backstroke, so not after the breaststroke. You had already talked about that. Champaign Central carrying an 11-point lead into the final 2 events. A strong lead, 50-some points over Normal West, actually 60-some points. Richwoods in 4th, Centennial in 5th, Urbana in 6th, Notre Dame in 7th, Bloomington in 8th, 1 point behind Notre Dame, and the Peoria Co-op in 9th place.
And we don't have a graphic for it, but it's worth mentioning. It's a similar story on the JV side. Central is leading that, 238 points, followed by Normal Community. Normal West, Richwood, Centennial, Peoria, and Urbana rounds out the team scores on the JV side.
So we are halfway through. It's looking like lane 4, Peoria Notre Dame, is in the lead. Centennial in 2nd. Normal West. It's kind of messed up on the scoreboard. It's hard to tell, and I haven't been paying enough attention.
On the backs of Central's strong showing in the 100-yard breaststroke, they increased their lead. And I believe Central's going to have a 15-point lead going into the final event, which means, barring a disqualification, this is Central's to lose.
Yep. I'm sure if you're the coach, you're just
safe starts.
Yeah.
Safe starts.
Safe starts. That's just a couple races there towards the end that did not go in Normal Community's favor. They were all close races.
Yeah, that backstroke, Central scored 9 more than Community, and on the breaststroke, 4 more points than Community. So on the backs of 2 impressive showings by Central, give them their due. They carry a 15-point lead into the final event, which means what? They would have to finish no worse than 7th place to secure that.
I think that's pretty safe for them. Looks like Peoria Notre Dame is going to take heat 1 of the 400-yard freestyle junior varsity relay. And Centennial is going to take 2nd place. Richwoods is going to take 3rd. Champaign Central 4th. And Normal West, Ethan Roki finishing up his last part of his 100 free split for Normal West.
Tim, I'm looking ahead 2 weeks here to sectionals, which most of these varsity swimmers will be swimming. Normal West is hosting one of the sectionals that's going to involve many of these teams. You'll see teams like Bloomington High School there, Normal Community, Normal West. They will all be heading to the Normal West sectional. A lot of the schools here in the Champaign-Urbana area, they'll be headed over to Central. Central's hosting their sectional along with Central, Centennial.
Muhammad Seymour should be there, right?
Absolutely, they'll be there. Urbana, who's swimming here today, they'll be there.
And then Peoria, all the Peoria schools, I believe, go west. I don't know if it's at Galesburg this year.
They're going all the way to East Moline. So
East Moline.
East Moline is hosting schools that are here today, Peoria Notre Dame and Peoria Richwoods. They're off to East Moline's pool, United Township, for their sectional.
I don't know why IHSA doesn't send Washington that way. Make things easier for us. It's definitely, Washington is a strong team. I mean, they're actually a combination of Washington High School, Morton High School, and East Peoria High School. So a little bit of an advantage having that many swimmers available to you. They're pretty deep this year, so looking forward to the battle between Normal Community and Washington for the sectional swim title. All right, we are getting close to the second of 2 heats for the 400-yard freestyle relay. And lane 1 is Richwoods High School, and lane 2, Champaign Central. Lane 3, Normal Community. Lane 4, Normal Community. Lane 5, Champaign Central. Lane 6, Normal West. Lane 7, Champaign Central. And lane 8, Normal Community. Normal Community, 3 relays. Central, 3 relays. So they have 6 out of the 8 relays in this heat.
I don't want to take away from these boys in the water, but I think we've got a new graphic to throw up
We do. Let's go ahead and put that on there.
So there we are into the final heat, like we talked about before. Champaign Central with a strong lead over Normal Community, 261 to 246. Again, there's only one event left, in the 32 points to the winner and 26 to second. Normal Community would have to win by 16 points, which, barring a disqualification, won't happen. So an early congrats to Central.
Let's not. Yeah, you did. you waited until the very end. Who knows?
Yep.
Stranger things have happened.
But
What's happening right here is Champaign Central is out with a little bit of lead over Normal Community. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. I was just trying to figure out who was swimming. For Central in lane 5, we've got Alex Durbin, Vector Perez, Vincent Billsbury, and Jed Else. And they are holding a very slight lead over Normal Community right now in the lane below them.
They don't have a lead anymore.
I would say not.
Solid swim by the Normal Community swimmer. Who did you say that was?
I can't tell, Tim.
Okay.
It might be Oliver Kirk.
Well, he looks really strong right now. How close is the JV team race?
You know, the last time I looked, Central had about a 60-point lead.
60 or 16?
I was thinking they have 266 and Community has 217. So
okay,
Central
yeah,
comfortably in front.
Yep.
Will be taking the JV title today. So congratulations to them.
Might be sweeping.
They're in line for a clean sweep. You got it. And depending on my old eyesight, that might be Vihan in the water. Swimming the third leg for Community. We got a, Tim, we need to institute some new rule for high school swimming and treat it like the Olympics, where they all get their last name bold and bright on the side of their cap.
That would be great. I would love that.
Yeah, just for us.
Or
no
maybe lane markers. But then you would need to know well in advance who is swimming what leg of the relay.
But names on caps, we'll put a plug in for that.
I couldn't read them anyway. That Central kid looks like he's got a name on his cap, and I have no idea what it says. And it's only on one side. So we're going to have them big. They need to be large names. So it looks like Normal Community has a slight lead on Champaign Central. Going into the last 25, correct?
Yipper. This is it for JV, man.
Normal Community is going to take first at a time of 3:35.60. Champaign Central 3:37.62. So 2-second lead, or not lead, 2-second win by Normal Community. I'm going to guess third place will probably be another Central team. Nope, Normal West takes the relay in third place. Nice job. Besting Central's B team. Good job to the Wildcats for getting third place on that one. Normal Community's B team in sixth place. Fifth place was Central's C team.
All right, let's run it down for the last race of the day. We've got Heat 2, the boys 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 2, we've got Urbana. Lane 3, Central. Lane 4, Normal Community, your top seed. Lane 5, Normal West. Lane 6, Centennial. And in lane 7, Richwoods. As I look down the blocks, Tim, it looks like I see Josh Sunkel leading off for Normal West. Ethan Arndt leading off for Normal Community. And is that Garen Barker for Central? I can't tell. Can you?
Well, this is heat 1, though, right? Or is there only one heat? So I'm a little confused. Shouldn't we have one heat of varsity? That is Josh Sunkel, definitely on the blocks.
Maybe they know more than we know.
But shouldn't there be the Peoria Co-op?
I'm with you.
The Irish and Bloomington.
Our notes say we got another heat before the big one, but the boys are behind the block, so they threw me off.
Yeah, I do believe that is correct. I think that is Garen Barker. Leading off, is that Nolan Pyle? Or no, Nolan would have already been done, right? Oh, that's Ethan Art. They look fairly similar, to be honest. Their body types are pretty similar.
I think Ethan would take that as a compliment.
I mean, they're way, all I can see right now is shadows of bodies, pretty much, because of the backlight.
Tim, if I had to guess what was going on here, there's a total of 9 entries in the 4 free relay, and if one of those teams in the first heat scratched, they would have combined it into a single heat of 8.
That makes sense, and that looks like what they do, because they have Peoria, Notre Dame, Urbana, Central, Normal Community, Normal West. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
So it is Josh Sunkel for the Wildcats from Normal West. Ethan Art for the Ironman, and I believe that is Garen Barker for Central. They are the top 3 seeds by a decent amount. Looks like Cooper Franz is going to be the second leg, which surprises me a little bit. Pearson looks like he might be third, and then Jackson Tomera fourth. Not really 100%. Looks like Wade Pyle. That's a surprise. He's going to anchor that relay.
Ethan and Josh swimming side by side. They've done this a lot over the years.
All right. Strong start by Garen Barker. Josh Sunkel, like he's in second. Ethan Art in third. They've already started kind of separating themselves. Centennial looks like they are in 4th place, P&D in 5th.
Strong start by Central there, 22.82 on their opening 50. West 23.84, that was Sunkel, and 24.79 for Arndt on his opening 50. But it's going to be Central, your team leader in the team standings, leading off with a strong start in this 400 free relay.
Cooper Franz in the water now. Not sure who this is for Champaign Central, but
it looks like Troy Retkamp in the water for Community in lane 4. But again, it's Central leading the way right now.
Yes, definitely. They're wanting to put an exclamation point on this victory. Cooper's catching up a little bit to Central, but not enough to take the lead.
Cooper swimming strong. For as rough as a week as I know he's had, he is going to have them, I think, side by side with Central when they reach the wall here.
Yeah, it was a pretty good comeback. You're right. They're taking off almost the same time. That's Pearson Odland in the water for Normal West. Pearson just getting done with the breaststroke, and that's 100 free is pretty difficult.
We've got
right after the 100 breast.
That is a tough double.
So it looks like Central took a little bit of expanded lead there after 50. Normal Community still in third, but pretty far back.
Well, Superman's going to enter the water. I don't know. This will be a lot for even him.
Yeah, I don't think Wade Pyle could make up that. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that, should I?
Who we got jumping in the water for West?
I think this is Pearson, actually.
I think so.
I think that was Jackson Tomera.
Talon finishing for Normal Community. Wade's going to see what he can do here.
I'll tell you what, he came out hot.
Wow. This is a tall ask, though. This is a very tall ask. But back up front, it's Central leading the way, looking to 23:07. Wade splits a 20.87.
That's not bad.
Off 50.
I mean, he's trying to come back.
Oh man, he's going to make it interesting.
He might pick up and beat Pearson. Nope, just too much.
Wow. Still a heck of a swim from Wade.
Champaign Central puts the exclamation point, swimming a 3:18.01. Normal West second with the 3:18.78. Normal Community on the strength of a pretty solid 43 point something.
44. That's awesome.
Crazy. Pretty good split there.
Maybe low 44. Was he 23.58 coming home?
That's impressive.
But 3:20.19 is their time.
Well, congratulations. Even though we don't have the official scores, congratulations to Champaign Central.
On the backs of an impressive day, they should be taking the team title unless something strange happened in that relay that we're not told about.
3 second place finishes in a row.
Yeah.
It was kind of fate for them to win this one. Normal Community in second, Normal West in third. As we talked about before, we thought that these were probably the strongest 3 teams here. Definitely the deepest. You could look at and see the relays that kind of show the story there. Great title. They got to be very proud. And, Normal Community, strong showing again. I'm going to guess that if they had an option of winning conference and winning sectionals and getting more people advancing, that's probably where they would go in the ladder. So,
yeah, Community does improve on last year's third place finish. So congratulations to them, moving up to second. Normal West, your reigning champions, finished third, like you said.
Well, thanks, Eric, again for helping me out and being the second voice. There's no way I would have wanted to do that all by myself. It would not have worked out very well. And I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks from today.
February 21st, Normal West is hosting sectionals, like we said, for a few of these schools. I think we're going 3 different places if you're tuning in from different schools. But Tim and I will be at Normal West calling that sectional, and, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know how long we would need to wait to see what the final team scores are. Are you in a big hurry, or?
Not at all. I'm in a big hurry to get lunch. That's about it. Yeah,
that's. I'm in a hurry, kind of, to get back home and get set up for the King of Hearts at Normal West. We're going to be live streaming that. That's going to be interesting. That event started in 2000 and has never been live streamed. So I have no idea what we're going to do or how we're going to do it, but we're going to try. Some of the swimmers are headed outside in the snow. Not sure what that is all about.
Tim, they're high school boys.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good point. I'm hoping Cooper is not doing that because he's already sick enough, so I don't need him to get any worse.
(2:23 p.m.) They pulled that off in under 3.5 hours, Tim.
I like it. I have some time to get some lunch.
Bless you.
Thank you. Get some lunch and maybe take a nap before I head back to school. All right, I'm going to call this. I'm just going to say Champaign Central won. Congratulations to the Maroons from Champaign Central on their team title. Congratulations to Normal Community for getting second, and really to all the teams. There were some really strong races. Congratulations, Champaign Central, on winning the JV as well. And good luck to all swimmers for the sectional meet. And Eric, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
I can't wait. Let's do it again.
All right, take care.
See ya.